Did they like the Cyberpunk? You hear any feedback from that?
Oh, you know what? I didn't message it. I didn't do any messaging. But, I mean, we saw that all the creators were in there.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure they enjoyed it. But I'll follow up, actually.
Yeah. I mean, it's up to you.
All right, let me get a tweet.
Tweet. Are there upgrade cards to go on the sides of these?
Mm-hmm. It's the crew.
So, I mean, this is pretty informative, I guess. You could say it's a lot of shit right here in this one little package, which is great.
Yeah. It's like a hybrid board game, miniatures, tabletop game.
Yeah. What's up? Some random hobo. How you doing? Welcome.
Let's see if I can tweet at WizKids so they can
WizKids
maybe work with us in the future. WizKids, I don't know what their handle is. Let's see. WizKids, Twitter. What's up? Some random hobo, you're awake on Saturday mornings? I'm so happy you could join us.
It's
Joe's in the building.
LRH.
Scuts for Life is awake. Powerful Loop, Res Jua. Crook is here.
Regional Gamer?
Damn, Regional Gamer, man. Fuck yeah. I'm seeing some of the peoples that I know. WizKid. Okay, no, that is a rapper. Let's see. I was going to tweet it the wrong. WizKids Games. Okay, WizKids Games.
No big ass boat. No. That thing sunk.
Live now. Join us as we learn.
We got spaceships this time, not floating ships. Trey, have you thought about buying one of those projector things that you can load maps and stuff onto? Or just think it's
that's kind of cool. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about, Res Jua. If you can link me, you don't have a AJ Shield, so it might. I mean, if you put a projector on the roof or the ceiling and then project down, it's just gonna get messed up.
It's gonna be.
Are you talking
blocked.
about like a projector on a table?
I've seen the ones on the tables where they have maps. Yeah.
No, get out of here.
Yeah. Actually, there's a store in Dallas. That's all they do. Is like they do stuff. Their tables are all like video tables, and they have maps and stuff, and you can do like.
Get out of here.
Different. Yeah, that's all.
Do you have a picture? Can you pull up a picture, Res Jua, and then I don't know, find a way to creatively link it without getting Mubot pissed at you? I want to see what these are.
Ooh.
Maybe I can make an investment in one of them tables. I kind of like physical though. I'm all about the physicality.
Well, it's good for like dungeon crawling type stuff, I think.
Yeah.
Just to give you a little bit of a visual.
All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, crew. Welcome to the tabletop stream. We're gonna try a board game / miniatures game from WizKids called Star Trek Into the Unknown. I've got the introductory mission half set up. We just got to delve out our crew and learn the rules. So we're going to learn this together. I don't imagine this will be super entertaining as we figure out how to play. But then once we learn how to play, probably in about an hour or so, it'll get better. And then we can actually do a mission. Now, this to me, guys, I had no idea this was out. And me and Jay are in the industry. Yeah. I've been waiting for this game for years. And so I went to their website. Believe it or not, their website says it's still coming soon. So I don't know what the heck is going on with WizKids. This is probably one of the most poorly marketed and promoted games I've ever seen.
I've never seen it. I saw the
I'm
other
really
one.
upset.
What was it? Attack something? The other one that
Attack Wing. Oh, yeah.
It's like
Attack Wing. Star Trek Attack Wing.
Attack Wing, yeah. I saw that one, and that was good for a while, and then it fell off.
I love it. Yeah, I love it. I've got so many miniatures. I've probably got hundreds of dollars worth of miniatures in that other game. Apparently, this one goes a little deeper.
Yeah.
It's not just about combat. It's about, situations and complications and hailing each other, diplomacy, and combat as well. Mostly objective plays and anomalies. So this to me seems like it could be the dream Star Trek game that I've always wanted. And it has pre-painted miniatures, as you can see over here, which is pretty crazy. So I'm very excited for it. I'm just a little upset that WizKids is not promoting it better. As far as I know, I had to look everything up from the unofficial fan group on Facebook. There's multiple expansions already planned. Even though the website, the news section says coming soon, this game came out in December of 2024, and they haven't updated the website.
Yeah.
That's really bad, WizKids. You
It's like they're
you really need to get
the
on
support
that.
for it. Yeah.
Don't half-ass something that I love, which is Star Trek. So apparently there's so way back then in 2023, they were talking about 3 expansions: Rising Tensions, Glory and Zeal, and Scars of Occupation. So Rising Tensions, we've seen images of. It is Federation and Klingons. Very excited about that. Glory and Zeal introduces the Cardassians. And more Klingons, bigger Klingon ships. And then Scars of Occupation hasn't been shown off. We don't know what it is. It sounds like a Bajoran thing, because Scars of Occupation. And then there's ship packs. There's a ship pack that just got announced here. 2 Bird of Preys, one of them cloaked, one of them they're pre-painted. Cool. Looks cool. With Worf. And then there's an Enterprise pack, which is weird because the Enterprise already comes in the starter set. The first.
They have a different iteration of it, or is it the exact same thing?
I think it's like different crew. I think like Data, you'll get more cards of the crew, like Data and Troy and
that's kind of what they did with
Riker and things like that.
The Star Wars X-wing, they put out the same ships, but had different paint jobs and crew and stuff like that.
So I guess the game is just now starting to, go, which is weird because, you think if it's been out for 7-9 months already, there'd be more on it. But I'm really excited. As you see, I dressed up. I'm ready to go. So let's learn the game together and get set up. So here we go. Okay, so this is the learning mission. I've already set up the learning mission. Now we got to fulfill our crew. So Jay will have this crew. Jay is going to have a Vorta diplomat, Talak Talan.
Sure.
You have Talak.
What the hell is that?
Talan. He's a named character. He's on the tactical. And then you're going to have a Vorta diplomat. And you're going to have a Jem'Hadar second. And a researcher.
These are the lizard people.
Karmara researcher. Yeah, these are probably the most aggressive race in Star Trek. They started an actual war with the Federation. It was freaking sweet, man. It was the first time they really ramped up the CGI budget and started doing Star Wars type stuff where all the races kind of allied. You had Federation, you had Klingons. Hell, I think even the Cardassians allied. I keep saying. And then Romulans, and they were fighting the Dominion. It was called the Dominion War, and you guys are the Dominion. Okay. So
what happened to the Borg? Where's the Borg at?
Yeah, the Borg was already dealt with in the movies. And
they're dead? They all dead?
No, they're still around.
Oh, okay.
You don't want to actually know what happened to the Borg in the lore because it is... It's really dumb, Jay.
Oh, is it?
It
They
got
got like a virus or something.
it got modern audienced, if you know what I mean, Jay. So that was what was that? Star Trek Picard, I think.
Oh.
Is just a terrible series. And so we never speak of it.
Okay.
I think it was the second season or the third season of Picard was good, but the first two seasons screwed it up. All right, so those are the people that you have. I have Cisco. Hey, named character Cisco, Benjamin Cisco. This is from Deep Space Nine.
That's the one that does Hot in Here, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they did mess up so bad. Okay, and then who else? I've got a redoubtable engineer. Redoubtable.
Huh?
So I doubt you. Now I'm gonna redoubt you. Somebody Google that, because I think that word means something. I'm not intelligent enough. That word means what I don't expect it to mean. I'm gonna doubt my engineer. I'm gonna redoubt my engineer. Somebody pull the definition from Google. Say define redoubtable, just so I could see what the heck that's the actual textbook definition is supposed to be. I need a daring first officer. Daring first officer. And a vigilant security chief. Vigilant security chief. There you go. A temporary or supplemental fortification or of a person, formidable, especially as an opponent. He was a redoubtable debater. So formidable, especially as an opponent. So see,
Hey, look, we're
not what
learning.
I thought.
We're doing some learning around here.
Fuck yeah, I love Star Trek. It always makes me learn. So just so you know some of the other named characters in here, you got Jadzia, Kira, Miles O'Brien, Odo.
No,
Looks like this is a lot of Deep Space Nine characters. Worf, we know Worf.
Oh, we got Worf. Okay.
He was in there.
I know
we got
Worf.
Picard.
Okay, I know
He's
him.
in there.
Pritchard.
And then the Doctor. So these are
know the
DS9 characters, though Miles was also on the Enterprise.
Was he?
Yeah.
Huh.
Okay, well, we'll start with these four, and then. Okay, so put your So you'll see on the. Oh, you know what? I could get a overhead cam. I haven't used my overhead cam in a while. Let's see. Card view. Oh yeah, I definitely completely changed my card view cam. So let me actually change it to right here. So give me a second to take this camera and readjust this camera. Okay, close enough.
Yeah.
So you have these shipboards essentially, and then so you'll take your crew, and then you put your crew and the individual sort of what do you call it, tactical stations and things.
Well, how do you know who goes where?
Camera's a little blurry, so we're going to. Anybody can go anywhere, but eventually you'll see that they have specializations, and you'll have to get familiar with the symbols. So let me try to zoom in here. All right. So it looks like for your okay, well let me do mine first. It looks like Benjamin Sisko is in the captain's chair, and then we have the daring first officer, I believe, is at the helm, and then on instruments is the redoubtable engineer. And then the vigilant security chief is in tactical. So for you, your do I have a cam view? Card cam view. No, I don't. I'll have to get that going. Okay. So your guys are in the similar. So it is Vorta Diplomat in the captain's chair.
Really? Huh.
Yeah. And then, because I think he's like and then the Jem'Hadar second in the helm.
Okay.
And the Karema researcher in instruments. And then Talak Talan in the tactical. Okay, and then we start the game with a directive card. You start with tactful approach with that face up, and then I start with we come in peace. This is not we come in peace. This is explore strange new worlds. So apparently there's multiple things that you can start with. So let me find strange new world or we come in peace. Test local powers. Can y'all hear the music, chat? We come in peace. Here is.
And you go in pieces.
And I go in pieces. You would like that as the Dominion. Okay. Good stuff. Now we have. So I want you to follow along, Jay.
Okay.
On this here. Okay, so ships. Here's our ship board, right? Number 1 is going to be the class of ship. Let me find the class of ship right there. So the Defiant class escort. What do you have?
Jem'Hadar fighter.
Okay, and then we've got the hull dial. So the hull dial, this is going to display the ship's remaining hull with its current damage. The hull is reduced by steps as the ship sustains damage.
Cool.
I've already started us off on the correct one. Mine says 6 right now, so I guess I got 6 hull points. Okay. What do you have?
6, I guess.
Alrighty. And Cola Cherry, is this is this focused? I know it may not be too legible, but okay. Oh, I'm sorry. The hull dial is this. My bad.
Okay.
And my hull is completely destroyed. And you need to go to the star. So the star, I think, is the starting spots on these dials.
All right.
So that's the hull. What I was pointing at there is reserve dial. This displays the extra power remaining to spend on ship's actions and seals. Okay. This is basically the main mechanic of the game. You're spending these power to do anything. So, to fire weapons, to do various bits and pieces. Okay, so that's that. Now this dial over here is the crew dial. This displays your crew stats. So the red is command, the yellow is ops, and the blue is science. Command, ops, science. And these are used when the ship attempts tests. The dial is reduce or increase as the crew sustains losses, is healed, or becomes inspired. Okay, so that's that. Alert dial. This is, the classic Star Trek red alert thing. So you'll see here, displays the current alert status and alert stats. So your alert stats are 5 stats. You've got recharge, the number of reserve the This is how much energy is replenished during the ready phase. So only one energy is replenished each ready phase while I'm on green alert. And you can see this little window shows you what alert. So the ship's at green alert, then these are the stats. So the next one, red, is engine power and impulse turn. These numbers determine how far the ship can move when it engages impulse or warp and how much it can turn. So I can go 10 inches and 3 turn. What is yours?
Same.
Okay. And then weapons power, 0 on green.
On the green?
Or no, on yellow.
Yellow, 1.
Oh, so you can actually fire weapons when you're at green alert. So that's the kind of racial profiles of the Jem'Hadar, I suppose. And then instruments power augments the range of comms and sensors is green.
Yep.
And then purple is fore and aft shields. So in this game, there's only fore and aft. So when you fire at somebody, you say, I'm firing at your aft or I'm firing at your fore. And then that's going to reduce the shields on those sections, I suppose. All right. And then, of course, as you go around the ship, you have sections and stations. Colored areas are major sections. So you got red, blue, green, and orange, right? Mm-hmm. That's 4 stations. And then each station has a slot, and that officers can move between these slots. So it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stations. Do you have 7 stations?
Yep.
Okay. All right. And then you'll just need to know the officer cards. Okay. In the officer card, so you've got the name, you've got the rank, which is these pips. You've got the faction icons, who they belong to. Then you've got skill category levels. So these are the skills. So I have a skill list. The first is a little man. That is social. The second one is security. It's a little phaser. And the last one is technical. It's a tricorder. And so when you take a test, you'll take the number on the ship. It looks like, yeah, I don't know. It's not as focused as it could be, and I think that's just because this thing is so far away. And the best focus I could get, like that. Oh, hold on. If it stops, I think I focused it. Better or worse?
That's better, actually.
Okay, so you take the stats, right, and that's how many dice you're rolling, and then you come over to the officer, and if the officer took an action to do it, then he'll add his black dice to that roll. So Cisco has 2 on social. So if anything requires a social, so if you look at the actions, for example, deploy it uses phaser and tricorders to launch a shuttle. So if Cisco was the one launching the shuttle, Cisco does have 1 tricorder and he's got 1 phaser. So I would put 2 black dice in addition to whatever the normal dice I'm rolling from the ship action. And that will allow me to do the action better. And then you flip his card over. And I think the art side is actually the exhausted side, I think. Yeah, this is the ready side, and then when you flip it over to the art, that's the committed side. Okay, so learning the mission rules. So the learning mission teaches only the game's essential rules. While playing it, follow this book's instructions for your units and officers up to Federation Complication Rescue Op on page 36. Okay. And then ignore abilities on components that refer to shuttles, probes, team units, transporting personnel, ramming, hails, or cloaked units. As we go along, we'll learn the rest of those rules. So in this game, you can ram each other. You can hail each other. But I guess in this particular instance, we're not going to be doing those rules for right now. Okay. So let's do this. Is it the bottom one? All right. Learning mission. At Perdition's Gate, tensions between the Federation and the Dominion have simmered since their first contact erupted into battle. Let me do a quick intro in case I want to do a video for it. Here we go. Hello, welcome to AJ's Table Time. And on today's episode, we are going into deep space. It is Star Trek Into the Unknown. This is an unknown game.
Yeah, very much so.
I didn't even know this was out. I have been waiting years and years for a new Star Trek game. And believe it or not, this is pre-painted miniatures. It's from the same people that made Star Trek Attack Wing, which I bought hundreds of dollars in Star Trek Attack Wing. More a combat game.
Yeah.
This is more like a hybrid between a board game and a miniatures game, and puts more of the Star Trek theme into it, supposedly. However, really poorly marketed, unfortunately, by WizKids, because I didn't even know it was out, essentially. And this, I think it got into stores November or December in 2024.
Yeah. Well, shit, the first time I learned about it was when we went to Adepticon.
Adepticon.
He pulled me over to that table, and I was like, what is this?
Yeah. And even the demoers were, like, uninterested in really, like, who is this guy with a camera who could potentially bring more eyeballs to the game? I don't really like this guy.
Yeah.
So they weren't very kind to us there.
Yeah, because we sat down for a good 20 minutes and no one came and talked to us.
Yeah, it was bad. But they didn't really have a formal booth there. I think they just kind of hired volunteers to do it. So I wouldn't expect the volunteers to be, all that, crazy about it. But I love Star Trek so much, and I'm happy this game exists because it seems really, really cool. So I don't fault the game designers or anything like that. I'm just a little upset that WizKids isn't marketing it better. In fact, you go to the website right now, and it still says coming soon.
Yeah, pre-order.
This game has been out 9 months, and they've not updated their website. Under the news section, says coming soon.
They have too much money. They don't need to do that stuff, I guess.
What the hell, WizKids? And in fact, you have to go to the unofficial Facebook group to get any new news. They've already announced 3 expansions for it. They're already coming. One of them sold out on back order. And so it's crazy. I don't understand.
But that is crazy because if it's sold out and it's on back order now, it's like, who knew about it? Is it one person buying all this stuff?
And crazy, is the stock really, really low? Like they're only selling 50 of the sets? Because it was for the Enterprise. And as you can see here, the Enterprise is right here. So I don't know. Maybe it's, I think it's more crew. So like Data and some of the other characters like Riker. Because here in the set, they do give you a few of the, they even give you Picard. So I don't know. I wish that they had marketed it a little bit better and, partnered up, to spread the word. Hey, we're here. Let us know. We can spread the word, definitely. I'm doing my part for Star Trek. So this is the learning introductory game that you get in the set. You get a little campaign book here. But that is after you learn the guide, and it's pretty hefty. I think this is the Into the Unknown campaign, and I'm very much looking forward to it. The expansions so far look to be Rising Tensions, which is going to be Federation and Klingons. The Miranda class of vessel. I love the Miranda class. That was in, the Wrath of Khan when the two ships are fighting each other. So the saucer with the nacelles look so cool. And then they're adding Klingon ships. And then there's a Bird of Prey expansion with
it's like the coolest ship ever.
Like a cloaked, coolest. It's got Worf in there, and it's actually priced really well for pre-paint. It's $20 for 2 ships that are huge. Look good. And then there is going to be Cardassians are joining in another big Klingon ship.
They got big booty ships.
Big booty ships. And then Scars of the other one's called Scars of Occupation, which people think that's probably Bajoran stuff. And then there's ship packs, Bird of Prey, the ones I talked about, and the Enterprise. That's the one that sold out, the Enterprise
one.
So, but it's probably just limited or something. I don't know. But anyways, let's learn this game, and I'm excited about it to see if it does simulate Star Trek, if it feels Star Trek, and if it does, I might buy more. So let's go ahead and learn this mission. Here's the learning mission. It's called At Perdition's Gate, and here is the setup. I will read it to you now.
All right.
Tensions between the Federation and the Dominion. If y'all don't know, Jay is the Dominion.
I got the lizard people.
Move the camera over here. They have some really huge and badass ships. There's the Enterprise. There's the Stargazer, Jean-Luc Picard's original ship before he was on the Enterprise. And then here are some Jem'Hadar ships. Now, there's already a Jem'Hadar ship there, a fighter. And then, of course, we have the USS Defiant.
Oh, that's the shuttle.
No, it's
not a shuttle.
It's kind of it is an escort class.
Okay.
Okay, so here's the story. Tensions between the Federation and the Dominion have simmered since their first contact erupted into battle. For now, the Federation still holds Deep Space Nine and vital access to the Gamma Quadrant wormhole. Despite this, the Dominion has steadily extended its influence into the Alpha Quadrant, resulting in repeated incidents between the two powers. The Federation is concerned by recent sightings of a Jem'Hadar fighter in a nearby system. Commander Benjamin Sisko has taken the heavily armed USS Defiant, right there, to investigate. And any Jem'Hadar represents a potential threat, but for now, neither side has committed to open war. Okay, so the learning mission is made up of several parts, but it's best thought of a story structured into 2 acts. And I think this is the way for every mission. The way the story emerges depends on our actions in the game. So first you have the overture. This is the first act. It describes the setup, describes how complications are revealed, and then it ends with the overture. Or ends the overture. Oh, when the complication is revealed, that ends the overture. Then there's the situation. This is introduced alongside the overture, but remains in effect for the entire mission. It describes the setup and rules for play, such as the anomaly token. So I've already got that set up. And then finally, the complication. This is the second act of the game. It describes a mid-game twist that is revealed and changes the mission. And this right here is an influence track, and that is essentially going to be, we're going to go up and down on this track. I think blue is maybe Federation and yellow is maybe Dominion, I think. And we're going to go back and forth on that track. And if, when it's revealed, it's on your side of the track, I think you'll get like a bonus. So that is, yeah. All right, so there's some game concepts here. So you see the circle that I've denoted with these borders?
Yeah.
This is in system. And then you'll see that I also have, there's a section just outside. That's actually play area as well, but this is called deep space. So here's deep space, and it represents the vastness of space. So this is the system area where we can, you know, engage each other and stuff. Like if you're in the system and you try to fire at me in deep space, it's too far. So it's deep space, which is kind of an abstract, and then there's the system in system, which is see, you're in system. As soon as you go in system, you put a little token on your ship to denote that you are in system. So right now, the Jem'Hadar fighter is in the system, and it's got the little token.
Cool.
Okay, so, and I am in deep space, which is why I don't have a token. The only token that's on me right now is just my identification token, which identifies me as you know, that particular Federation ship, because you can have multiple Defiant escort classes. Okay, so overture. Here's the overture. This is the setup. As the USS Defiant enters the area, Cisco wants to scan the points the Jem'Hadar have passed by to determine what they have been doing. Meanwhile, the Vorta commander orders her Jem'Hadar crew to gather data on possible Federation sensor posts in the system. So the sector is set up. The Federation's objective, the Federation has blue objectives. Here it is. So here are the Federation objectives. This one is blue. That's a Federation objective. That's a Federation objective. That's a Jem'Hadar objective and a Jem'Hadar objective. So the blue control markers represent waypoints visited by the Jem'Hadar ship, and the Dominion are orange and represents Federation sensor outposts. How do you win? In this mission, players must move their ships near any solid objective tokens, these are the objective tokens, and make a test to score victory points. At the end, the player with the most victory points wins. During the overture, each faction's ships can score victory points by taking the mission action below. And it's a special action. And the mission action is basically a threat analysis. You have to have a ship to do it. You must be at sensors range of a solid objective token with a control marker. So if you look at your sensors range on your ship dial,
4
it
inches.
is, if you remember, it's, I think, green. Mine says 2. What's your green stat say?
Oh, green is 1, but it says 4 plus green. Sensors is 4 inches. And then it has the ship. Oh, is that like, so is that the whole ship is 4 inches and then to the front is 4 inches plus green?
Yeah, I might be looking at the wrong stat, but we'll get there. So ignore what I said for right now. Okay, when you get there, we'll roll for it, basically.
Cool.
You just need to get, I think it's about 2 inches, maybe 4 inches.
It says sensors 4 inches.
Just try to get in within 2 inches.
But it says sensors 4 inches.
Where's sensors?
Sensors 4 inches.
Mine says 2 inches. So I guess your sensors are better than my sensors.
Okay.
I think. Okay, that's fine. So then there's the situation, and then there's the complication. So let me read the situation just so we have it.
Okay.
Although this area is long explored, recent battle debris, shifting orbits, and emerging phenomenon can leave ships of each side exposed to new hazards. Anomaly tokens. There are 3 anomaly tokens. This mission features anomaly tokens, which are numbered tokens with special rules. While it has its face down, it's unexposed. If you pass through it or land near it, then it's flipped face up. And if any part of your base would cross and unexposed during a warp maneuver, the ship must stop and flip it over. Or if you're within 2 inches of it, then it is flipped over.
Okay.
What can it be? It can either be a wreckage field, which is a negative thing, or it can be a frozen gas deposit, which I think might be a positive thing. Okay. And then when do we begin the complication? The overture ends and the complication begins when either of the following happen. The end of the round in which the final control marker was removed from an objective token, or the end of round 3, we go into the complication. When the complication begins, read the relevant complication according to the position of the influence marker. So we're battling over influence until the complication happens. The Dominion complication can be found on page 35, while the Federation complication can be found on page 36. All right, let's begin. So my first question is, who goes first in this learning scenario? It didn't say. Overview of a round. So we'll go play through the rounds. Let me see if I can see if it says who goes first. So it's a bit of an intimidating rule book and rule set. This is not like for your kind of first time.
Yeah, it's not a jump in and go. With flying and shooting, and that's it. It's got a lot of other little nuances to it.
Yeah. Okay, Dominion complication. Without warning, a deadly... Okay, well, no, that's once we start. That's not telling me who... There are 2 different ways the learning mission can progress, depending on the influence marker. Hey, Resjua just subscribed.
Nice.
And made me realize I don't have Twitch alerts on over here. Is this the Dominion War? It is the beginning of the Dominion War. Jay over here is
The lizard people.
exploring my listening posts and doing sensor sweeps on them, and I'm chasing him down. This is just for us to learn the game.
4.
And as soon as I can figure out who goes first, we will begin the game. Okay. The mission is designed to teach the rules by walking each player through the first several turns. To do this, read each section and follow the examples in blue text starting on page 18. So I guess it's going to walk us through.
Cool.
Okay. A ship can move by taking an action that allows it to make a maneuver. There are 2 maneuver procedures for ships. We can engage warp, or we can engage impulse. Jay, do you know what either of those mean? Just by context clues, or if you've seen the show?
Maybe one goes faster than the other.
There you go.
Sure.
I think warp goes super fast. And
I thought you just go to a different area.
Yeah, that'll take you from deep space into the system. and it goes super fast, and it's only in a straight line.
Oh.
Warp. And they say, remember the Starfleet navigator Tom Paris's rule, and if you know Tom Paris, he's from Voyager. I like him. He's in Voyager. He goes, faster than light, no left or right. If you go faster than light, there's no left or right. So that's it, warp. And then impulse speed is just you're using the engines, in system. So a warp maneuver. Okay, so for example, I'm going to choose, and it says for me to go. So I'm going to choose my Defiant. It's right there. They choose warp 8. So first, when you engage warp, you choose a warp factor. Select a warp factor up to the unit's warp drive stat. So we have to look at my warp drive stat is going to be right here. Do you see these 3 stats here?
Yeah.
It is the arrow at the
one
end.
Yeah.
So I can go up to warp 9.
I can go 8.
Warp 8?
Yeah.
I'm going to choose warp 8 just because the example has me choosing warp 8.
Cool.
Now, maximum move. So when you go warp, you go double. So 8 would mean 16. So place the ruler along the unit. Okay. It says to place the ruler, and here's how you do it. You place it alongside the back. You see these kind of square sections, and then that what do you call it? That line needs to be in the middle. You see that line needs to be in the middle,
the arrow.
And then you have that square section ends up with that. Okay, so
just line it up with the arrow.
Line it up with the arrow kind of thing.
Cool.
And then I can go up to 16 inches.
Or 6. Yeah, 16 inches.
Places the ruler alongside the fire. Places the tracking marker. Okay, apparently there's a tracking marker. That's this. And you put it in the back slot. And that is just in case something goes wrong, you know where your ship was. I like that.
Okay.
Okay.
So okay. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so we move, let's see. They advance the Defiant 15 inches along the ruler, crossing no features and placing it so it's aft and is 2 inches past the solid objective. Okay. Okay, well, the way this was supposed to work, I guess I was supposed to position this guy a little bit like this. So I'm kind of flubbing it because he was supposed to be back there. So he comes right there. Yeah, like right here. And he is within 2 inches of that objective. That was an action that I took with Cisco. So if we come over here, so I gave the order to Cisco to do that, to engage warp. So I'm flipping Cisco over. The Federation player turn begins to move their Defiant. It's the priority phase. Benjamin Sisko's in the captain's chair, so they must commit Sisko to give a priority order and to take the warp action at the helm, at the captain's chair. Sisko has 2 in social and 1 in technical, so the player only spends 1 reserve for the action cost. So what does that mean? Well, I spend 1 reserve, go down from 6 to 5. Why did I do that? Because if you look here, in his section, it says warp. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing the warp. It wants social. Cisco has social. It wants tricorder. Cisco has tricorder. And then it just has a generic 1 cost. Because Cisco has that in the amount that he needs, then that's a free cost, basically. So let's say the warp cost 3 social. Cisco only has 2 social. It would cost 1 extra energy for anything that you don't have. So because Cisco has social and tricorder, but he doesn't have energy, the blue reserve, you spend 1 blue reserve. So that's the warp action. And now that Cisco did it, his card turns over into the committed side, and then the ship moves. Okay. So the ship moved there. Okay, and so that's that. And engage impulse is something that the Jem'Hadar player is doing. So it's very structured, this first mission, and I kind of wanted to take the training wheels off a little bit and let us play, but let's have your ship be like this, just so that we can understand impulse. So okay, so you're choosing an action, and you're going to move impulse.
Okay.
So the Dominion player takes their turn and decides to move the Jem'Hadar fighter towards the center of the system. It is the priority phase, and Jem'Hadar second is at the helm. So they must commit the second to give a priority order. So commit the guy that's called second. Where is he?
Second. Oh, okay.
Jem'Hadar second.
Oh, yeah, because he has to do the impulse.
Yeah, so he flips over. He's doing impulse. And then the second has no levels in technical. So if you look at his card, he doesn't have the tricorder there. So you're going to spend 1 energy for the tricorder icon that you're missing, and then 1 energy for the normal energy icon that it takes. And so you spent 2 energy. So go ahead and do the flip on there. So Jay is spending 2 energy to move his Jem'Hadar.
Yep.
And then what you do is you want to turn left. So you place the turning tool in the left slot, right, with the middle, what do you call it? The
arrow.
Middle indention lined up with that indention. And then you adjust your heading by rotating the tool towards the shift's rear end so that the first notch is aligned with the base arrow. And then you can go up to your turn. What's the turn over there?
Turn. Where's the turn at?
Oh, good question. Oh, it's under red.
Oh, 3. I can do 3.
So you can up to do 3 notches. But let's just do 1 notch because it recommends, in this starting mission, do 1 notch. So you do 1 notch, and then we put the movement ruler under this. They didn't think this through, did they? Because there's lots of other things.
Other shit around here.
Yeah. Shit. Okay, so we put that there, and then they advance the turning tool 5 inches, which is less than the ship's current engine power. Mm-hmm. Your engine power is the red stat, which is
10.
Yeah. Current. So you can go up to 10 if you wanted. Mm. But here they have them going 5 inches. They also place the tracking marker in case they need to revert to the beginning of the maneuver. So this is just in case something goes wrong. Yeah. So you would go 5 inches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which would put you right here. Well, let's just say you go 6 so that we don't have to worry about that. So this comes down along the track. And then what you do is you place your ship right alongside that. So that is a maneuver.
Okay.
Interesting. But with all the stuff in the way, it's like It's not as smooth as I was hoping.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got that done. That's the opening moves and stuff that it recommends. And now it has us making tests. So it's the Federation's turn again, and the USS Defiant is at 2-inch sensor range of a solid objective token. So you'll see I am 2 inches away from that thing back there. Okay. Ugh. Okay. So I can scan it. And this is, I guess, how I get victory points. So the player commits the redoubtable engineer in order to do the mission threat analysis at the instrument station. Okay, so if we come to my stat here, redoubtable, I'm going to commit that guy to do this action. And he's on the instruments. I could do sensors. I could do comms. I could do a sensor lock. So we're just doing sensors so that I can, scan this and get the points. And this was that special mission action called threat analysis. So the test difficulty is 2. And it's going to use the command stat plus the discipline. Okay, so difficulty of 2 and requires the command stat. What is the command stat? That's this, red. So remember, it's commands, ops, science, so 3. The Defiance dial shows 3. The test difficulty would be one higher if the Gem Hadar was also at its own 6-inch 4 arc within sensor range of that. And I don't think you are within 6 inches. You might be, actually.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's 6 inches. Yeah.
I think it needed to be there, not my ship.
Yeah.
You're 6 inches with me.
Yeah.
But let me double check to see if
that makes sense.
Sensor range of the objective marker. Okay, but it's not. Okay, so the redoubtable engineer is leading this test because the card was committed to the order. The player gathers 3 intuition dice. So I'm going to gather 3 blue dice.
Cool.
For, why do I gather 3 blue dice? Because it uses the command stat, and the command stat currently says 3 in my little dial. But also, because I use the redoubtable engineer, if I have the discipline skill, I can add black dice. But he does not. So no black dice are added. Okay, so I just roll these 3. And I need to get the Star Trek symbol. But what this game has is lots of re-rolls.
Oh, really?
So let's see what happens. Okay, so I've got one Star Trek symbol, 1 blank, and 1, what is this called? This is called the analysis result. So the testing player modifies their results. This test allows re-rolling a number of dice equal to the ship's instrument power stat. So if we come over to my ship instruments power, it's 2.
2?
So I can have up to 2 re-rolls. So going back here, I would maybe want to re-roll this and maybe this. This is a special helpful thing. It sets off special rules. But if I'm just looking for successes, then I'm just going to try again with that. So, no.
Same thing.
The same thing. I re-rolled 2 dice. Okay. And then the player compares the results to the test. There is one I only have one Star Trek thing. So I fail.
Because you had to get 2,
I
right?
had to get 2 of them. But there is also an analysis result in the pool, and the Defiant is at 4 inches of the solid objective token, so the player spends it to move the influence marker 1 space towards the Federation side of the track. So apparently I can spend that for influence. So I'm going to move this 1. So I gain some insight into the mission. So, you know, I don't know. I'm part of this is role play, so I went up to my sensor and I realized that there's scorch marks on the listening post, and it appeared as if the Gem Hadar fighter was trying to destroy it.
Well, you don't know that. All right.
Yeah, this is role playing, Jay. So shut your mouth. This is what I deduce.
No,
That's not what happened.
that's not what happened.
So analysis results can be spent during the resolve post-outcome effects to resolve kicker effects. So that's what those little circles. If the test has a kicker, you can spend those results equal to the number of icons on the kicker to gain its benefits. Yeah, otherwise it'll go towards the influence track. I want to see where it says that goes towards the influence track. I think maybe it's that particular thing. Okay, so next, so that was my action, and then it goes to your action, and in your action it has you shooting at me. So let's do a combat example. So in the mission, at least in the test mission, I would have gained some points because the guy rolled well enough. I didn't roll well enough, so I don't get any points. And now we move on to your turn. So,
Wasn't there a thing where if I get so close to that flips over?
oh yeah, there is a thing that does that. So let's do that. So we're gonna reveal what this anomaly is.
It's 3.
It's a 3. So
Big
then
number 3 floating in space.
Yep. 3. That's a frozen gas deposit. That's the good thing. If you're within 2 inches, it gains 1 advantage token. So you gain 1 advantage token. And I think these are spent for like re-rolls and stuff like that. What does it look like? I think that is the advantage token. Okay.
All right.
Wait, is that the advantage token? B. What is B? No, those are peril. A. They're gray. They're gray ones. They look just like that, but are gray. So you have a black one. Black ones are the bad ones. Those are peril. The other ones are gray. I don't see them.
I don't see them either.
Oh, that's not good. Can you flip? Is it gray on the other side?
No, it's like got 2 dashes versus one dash.
Bro, what the fuck? This didn't come with peril to. Uh-oh.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's
like
just
a plus?
gray. What?
Not that.
No way.
Huh.
Fuck. It feels like we're missing a component.
Let me see it. Yeah, because it's got X's on it.
I can look at the thing downstairs. Maybe I didn't pop them out, but I'm usually really, really careful about that. So I don't think that's right. All right, but let's just move on to the next step because we're still learning the
I'll
game.
just use that for now.
Use that for now. Okay, so it's your turn. So usually how these turns go, I kind of skip by because it's forcing us to do these things in order. But this is not usually how you play. What it is, the overview of a turn is we do priority phase.
Okay.
I give an order, then you give an order. And then we do standby phase. I give a standby, you give a standby. Then we do the hazards. That's just anomalies. I think that. No, resolve damage, resolve anomalies, or effects from anomalies. And then we do ready phase. That's when you ready the people that you use during the turn. And then the hail phase, where we can negotiate with each other. But in this learning match, there's no hailing. So basically what we did in the first phase was priority, and then I used my priority to warp into the sector. Then it was your priority. You did impulse speed to move closer.
Yeah.
And then we just did standby, hazard, ready, hail, nothing.
Yeah.
Then it went to me, and I did a priority order to sensor sweep that thing to gain victory points. I failed. Then it became your turn, and you're about to fire at me. So let's do a firing thing. All right, combat. So, making an attack. An attack procedure is resolved by the following steps. Determine the officer. So commit one of your officers. He's going to be the one in the tactical one. So you flip him over.
Okay.
And then you declare the target, obviously me. Then you gather the dice. Gather a number of dice by following these steps. Spend power. Spend any combination of your weapon's power, which is the yellow. So you have 1. So in this instance, you're actually let's move your dial, because your dial in this example, for whatever reason, has your weapon power at 3. Can you get your weapon power to 3? Because your weapon power is at 1 right now, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I can do that. It's like up 2.
What do you have to be in? Are you at red alert now?
I don't know what that is. It's like a
yellow alert,
orange one.
Well, it's in this window here.
Yeah, that's what it is. Like, it's orange.
What the fuck is that one?
It's almost red alert, but it's warm up to red alert.
That's not a thing.
It's orange alert.
It's just doing this so that you can have, you can fire a torpedo, and then you can fire. You'd probably kill me if fire a torpedo. Okay, so fire at me. Spend any combination of your weapon's power and reserve to determine weapon dice. Each weapon power spent is unavailable for the rest of the action. The total energy spent during the action cannot exceed your printed orange weapon alert thing. So you can go up to 3 dice if you wanted. So attack example. It is the Dominion's player's turn again. They are now trailing the Federation player's score by 2 victory points. Rather than wait for the hail phase to flip their combat directive to its hostile side, they decide to attack the U.S. Defiant now. The Dominion player commits Talak Talan in order to fire weapons. So that guy is actually better at firing weapons.
Yeah.
And at the tactical station, he's leading the test because his card was committed. The player chooses the fighter's phased Polarin beam profile, which can attack 2 times in its 4 arc. Right? So you see your fire weapons?
Yeah.
It says perform 1 or more attacks, plus ordnance to the first attack. So phased Polaran beams times 3. That means you have 3 beams in this ship. 2 of them can fire out of the front arc.
Yep.
And 1 can fire out of the rear arc. Well, there's nothing in your rear arc right now, so
Right.
you're firing 2 from the front arc.
Right.
The player declares the Defiance 4 end as the target. So you declare my 4 section. And measuring the range, it's 6 inches. So you are in range of the Polaran beam because the beam is a 6-inch range, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you gather your dice. The fighter is at yellow 1 alert status, so it begins the action with 3 weapons power. The Polaran beam has a cost of 1 through 3. The player decides to spend 2 to gather 2 intuition dice. So gather 2 blue dice. Now, the reason why you're spending 2 and not 3 is because you're going to fire a photon torpedo afterwards. Okay, so and then you have the relevant ordnance skill at level 2.
Yeah.
So you add 2 black dice to it as well. All right, go ahead and roll those on the green screen. And you're looking for Star Trek results or the analysis result. Ooh, you got a double damage. So the black dice has nothing, but you got 2 successes on that and a analysis.
And
so,
do I get to reroll with this guy too?
yeah, here.
Like
Now here comes the rerolls.
Oh,
After
okay.
you reroll. The attacking Dominion player modifies their results now. They resolve the Talak Talon's Relentless 1 keyword. So he has Relentless 1.
Yes.
To reroll 1 die. So reroll 1 of the blacks.
Okay.
Oh, that's a breakthrough success. They choose. Okay, so then. Okay. Do you have an analysis result? You do. Right?
Yeah.
Check your on the dice.
Yeah, it's this one.
Okay, so if you can spend that icon to resolve the phased Polaran beam's Pierce 1 keyword during this step, which reduces the target's shield value by 1 for the rest of the action. Okay. So spend that to reduce my shield by 1.
All right.
Okay, and then there are no peril tokens on my ship.
Right.
There are peril tokens on your ship.
Okay.
Oh, no. You have an advantage token on your ship. And let's see. The Dominion player compares the results against my evasion stats. So how many successes did you have?
I guess 3.
3. Okay, let's go over to my dodge. Dodge is the first stat here. It's 2. So you successfully hit me. Damn. Okay, let's see how much damage I take. Let's see. The Defiant shield value 1. Oh fuck, my shield value is 1, and you just reduced it by 1 to 0. So I'm gonna sustain 3 damage. The Federation player reduces the Defiant's whole dial from its 6th position to its 4th position. In this example, I only took 2 damage, but I think I took 3 damage. Passing a critical damage icon so the Defiant draws a damage card, resulting in comms relay down. All right, let's see how this works. Dude, 1, 2, 3. Oh my god, I got a skull. It looks like a skull.
Yeah.
So I took a critical on that one. That's a little target thing. And then I have a skull. So I'm going to have to resolve a target and a skull. The ship draws a damage card and applies that card's effects. And then the skull sustained 1 crew by reducing the ship's crew dial 1 step. Fuck. So here's my crew dial. It goes down by 1. So my stats are worsened. That was the crew dial, right? Still getting familiarized with. Number 3, yeah, that's the crew dial. So that fucked me up real good. Now I need to get the damage deck, and I need to give you your damage deck. So this is the Jem'Hadar damage deck. Constellation damage deck. Well, there's not a lot of Defiant class damage. I only have 4 cards. How many cards do you have in your damage deck?
There's a lot.
Or maybe you have multiple ships.
Well, yeah, that. Okay, yeah, this fighter, battle cruiser, and then yeah, battle cruiser.
Oh, I found a Defiant. Galaxy. 6. 5. I only have 5.
So what's that then? What's that thing mean?
That's a breakthrough.
Yeah.
It means when I'm applying negatives to you, I can't touch that one. So let's say you had a peril token. I can force you to re-roll your normal successes.
Oh, okay.
But I can't force you to re-roll those.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so here I have to take this damage. It is exploding panels. Just like the video game, or just like the show. 4. Assigned to a bridge station. 4. Hazard. An opponent may spend one of this ship's perils to move this card to another bridge station. Then the officer at that station sustains 1 crew death. Repair relays. So in order to repair this, the test difficulty is 3 for command plus mechanics. If there's a guy, a crew that's good with mechanics. Success, I can repair it and discard the car. Failure, I add a peril. So it fucks up even more. Assigned to a bridge station. So what's cool about it is if I already had peril, let's say, so I'm going to assign this to a bridge station. I'm going to assign it to engineering because I don't care. No, I'm going to assign it to cargo.
No,
right?
you got to do one of the reds. One of the reds is your bridge stations. It says bridge.
Good point. So bridge is all red. So I would want to assign it to something I don't give a shit about, right? Like, let's say instruments or tactical, right?
Yeah.
You could say, oh, no, I'm spending one of your perils to put it on one that I want, that's relevant
Actually,
for the mission.
with that one, you do gain a peril. You gain one of those minus ones.
Why?
Is that a peril? That's a peril?
What you talking about?
When after Talak's unit locks an opposing unit, add one. Oh, I have
that's
to
if
lock
you lock on.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
okay.
a sensor lock on instruments.
Okay.
So assigned to a bridge station, hazard. An opponent may spend one of this ships to move this card to another station. So I'm wondering, do I put the card on top of somebody who's already let's try to see if anybody has mechanics. What is mechanics? Oh yeah, this one has 2 mechanics, so that'll be good.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put it on instruments, and I'm gonna check the rules to see if that's where you put the card, or do you just like kind of put the card to the side or something, or do you just put it on top of the person that's there?
Well, because the guy dies, right? Don't the guy die?
No,
It
that's
said
if you
death.
spend another thing. There's another effect. We'll read
Oh.
it in a second. Damage cards. Okay. These are drawn and applied when the whole dial passes. I think it's just, it's just, kind of put to the side because it doesn't really say. So we'll put that there. And then it says hazard. Oh, that's the hazard phase. So we'll wait till
Oh.
that. An opponent may spend one of this ship's perils to move the card to another station, and then I lose another crew. But okay, so that's what happened after you shot at me.
Now we do the torpedo.
Now you have 1 energy left. Remember, because you could spend up to 3 energy. You spent 2 energy for your phasers,
Right.
and now we spend 1 energy for the torpedo to fire. So let's see, how do we fire a torpedo? So you spend power. So torpedo tubes, what's it say? You have 2 torpedo tubes.
Right.
One in the front and one in the back.
Right.
And then it just costs 1 power. And then it says photon torpedo projectile.
Yeah.
So how do you fire a projectile? You use the turning thing. Put your turning thing here. Okay. And then you can point it up to the one. And you don't have to go the full amount. You're just trying to point it.
Yep.
And then if you will grab the torpedo that looks like this. It's a triangle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you put it with the red arrow facing that way, and you stick the torpedo there. So now you're firing a torpedo at me.
Okay.
So torpedo has been fired. So let's see. Let's see. Did you have to commit anybody? I don't think so.
Well, I already commit this guy with that.
For the
For
whole
the whole-
weapons
yeah,
action,
right.
maybe
Yeah.
launching projectiles. Yeah. Place the turn tool, adjust the heading, place the projectile, remove the tool, and then set endurance. Place an endurance marker with a value up to the projectile's endurance in the projectile's aft point. So this will tell us how long that projectile is flying in the air. Some projectiles last longer. So this is, I think it's a 1. It may be a 2. In this weapon example, or at least in this example, it said that the endurance of it was a 1, but I don't. This is the one thing when I read through the rules I didn't understand. The player refers to the photon torpedo unit card and places a 1 endurance marker against the torpedo's aft point. This is less than the torpedo's maximum endurance of 2, but ensures the torpedo will be removed after it moves this round. So I think you can kind of like adjust your torpedoes.
Okay.
You know, you are choosing that it only stays on the map for 1. Why you would want to do that, I don't know. Maybe there's some strategic stuff to it. I would probably always...
If you had another ship over here, you don't want to
you would
pass
want
by that.
endurance too, so that it can still try to get stuff. Let me see if I can find... Is there a
Torpedo card?
Torpedo card? Yeah, photon torpedo. Is it a photon?
Yep, photon torpedoes.
All right, sensors, 4 inches, endurance 0 through 2. Detonation 1. Detonates if at 1 inch of opposing unit before or after a move. Guided. If the unit is at sensor range of a locked opposing unit, it can move along the sides. It can actually side strafe, you know, but you're not locked on. Inertia. Must activate to move during standby phase if it has 1 or more, whatever that symbol is. Warhead. 3 blue dice plus blast 1. It targets each unit at 1 inch. If locked opposing units are at 1 inch. It attacks only those units. Breach 1 can reduce a hull 1 beyond the next color. So if you take damage, you can only take damage up to certain things unless you have breach, which will allow you to keep going with the damage. Yeah, this is a complex fucking game. Okay, so you have that. We just went through multiple turns, and then next steps. So, damage. There are 2 different ways the learning mission at Perdition's Gate can progress, depending on the position of the influence tracker marker when the overture concludes. See influence track on page 14. If the marker is on the Dominion part of the track, turn to Outpost Ambush. If the marker's on the Federation, turn to Rescue Operation. Each complication includes a complication setup, further scoring rules, a new mission action, and an end-of-game condition. Remember, until the complication begins, you're only allowed to read the complication page that matches your faction. Okay, well, now you understand how to play the game, yes?
Just tell me what to do.
Jay, I'll just tell you what to do, okay? So what we're going to do is we reset up, and you're going to try to do your mission while I try to do my mission, and we'll freeform it from that. So let me reset your guy up, which is basically...
Let me see that.
Yeah, for y'all who are still here and still watching, I don't expect you to. This was rough. Learning a game is never fun. But
give me 1 blue dice. Let me hit you with a torpedo.
You're not gonna hit me with a torpedo.
Why not?
Torpedo's hasn't hit me.
I know, but let me hit you with a torpedo. It would have hit you.
No, it wouldn't have hit me.
Yeah, it would.
No, because I would have moved.
And you would have come within 1 inch of it, and it would blow up, and it would have hit you. Let me blow up your ship.
Roll. Give me one of those blues. I don't. He only uses his ability once, so you're not getting the 2 black dice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it says so. So you got 1 success, and then what's the other one?
That's a blank.
Oh, 2 successes.
I can reroll the blank, right?
You can use that advantage token that you got previously. That guy you've already
Relentless
used
1.
Yeah, but you've already used Relentless 1 on the previous phasers. I don't think you get to keep using Relentless 1 over and over.
That'd be good to know.
I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah.
But anyways, so let's spend that advantage token.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
I'll
fuck.
spend that one.
Okay. 3 more damage. This time...
your shields are already down, right?
No, that's the ability of that phaser. So the phaser has the piercing, and only if you activate it. So my shield absorbs 1. I take 2 more damage. 1, 2. I take another critical hit. And I'm severely damaged now. And I think if you hit me 1 more time, I'm probably dead. Where's my damage deck? I would have took armor compromised. My hull is reduced, or another one is reduced by 1. If I'm in yellow, if I'm in severe, that's a damage state. It's reduced by 2. So I'm reduced by 2. My armor would be reduced by 2. I didn't even know there was armor. We need to figure out how to do that. And then I would have to put this in either the fore or aft section. So, but yeah, we're starting over.
What?
And we're gonna do.
What's the armor? Where's the armor at?
It's that second value.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know what that is. We're gonna when we do another damage resolution, make sure we take that into account. Okay. I'm going to restart the stream for the actual game. That was the learning bit, and this one will be the actual game where I'm going to go 11. And this way, I'm only concerned about scanning my first objective here. And, you know, staying away from you. So that was my priority order. I spent my 1 impulse already by moving that down, and I'm committed, Cisco, to warp power. Or warp speed. All right, your turn. So, the actions that you can do are all on your ship there.
I'm just going to engage impulse.
Engage impulse speed, okay. And do you know how to do it?
Just go 8, yeah.
Yeah. So, and so you got to put your ship at green alert.
Yep.
Right. And one helpful thing to know would be how to move this alert status, right? Because you'll get more fucking ship power.
You can call alert and adjust it by 1.
Okay, you already know how to do that.
If you have the priority.
Okay.
Just move me straight just past that question mark.
You going how far?
Well, lay it down, see how far it is. Because I'm only going 8,
so 8 inches would put you all the way over here.
Yeah, back me up
1 inch.
2
inches?
Yeah, well, just right there so I can get that thing, whatever that is.
Okay. So, and remember your objectives are these 2. So you're revealing the anomaly. It's a goddamn 3 again.
So I get the bonus.
So you get the bonus. So we'll just denote that Jay has an advantage token.
I'm going to put that right there. Use that one. I don't know what that is, but
which is really bothering me that we don't
have the other
have the advantage tokens, and it's making me wonder whether this game even came with them. So let me just run downstairs real quick.
All right. All right, so I think next action I should alert, because then as I call alerts and go up, my ship gets a little bit better.
Check this out, Jay. I
pluck them.
I kept them all.
They're not in there.
Oh my God, I didn't pluck them. I'm so glad. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
All right.
In my quickness, I didn't pop all of the things. So Jay gains 1 advantage token for scanning anomaly. He found frozen gas deposits, which apparently are going to boost his sensors. And moving on.
Yep.
So that was Jay's movement, or that was Jay's priority action. During the priority phase, starting with the player who has the priority token, players take turns giving a priority order to one of their units to take an action. A player may instead pass and end their turn. So I can keep going, right? Because we still have other stations. We still have other actions.
That makes sense.
That makes sense. I am going to scan the objective. We're going to see what was this Jem'Hadar fighter doing at our outpost. So I'm going to go to my ship card. I'm going to use my Redoubtable Engineer and do a sensor scan. I need to be 2 inches away. But what does that symbol mean?
Which one?
4 plus green.
Yeah, this. I think if it's only forward, you get the plus the green.
Yeah, we need to understand that before we do that. But sensors, 4 green, 4 plus the 2. Yeah, I don't know. Let me find out. Sensors. Engaging both sensors. Player refers to the action test, which has a difficulty of 2 and requires a command test. Okay, we're using that special mission thing. Threat analysis. Difficulty 2, command stat, plus discipline, reroll instrument stat. I don't know. Mine doesn't have... I don't have discipline. So I can't re-roll the instrument stat. See, this chick doesn't have discipline. This guy has discipline. But she doesn't have discipline. And discipline is the one that allows you to re-roll the stat. So that's just dumb of me to put that person there. If we were playing for real, then obviously we would have looked at our crew ahead of time. But there's also an action to move crew from one position to the next. Let's see if I could do that beforehand or if that has to be in a different phase. Yeah, that's in the ready phase, so that's in a different phase. Okay, Jay.
Yep.
Action or question. Because we're playing this one for real, will you allow me and yourself to look at your stations and move your crew where best they're going to be?
I don't care.
Okay. Well, I would put the Vigilant Security Chief in the Instruments panel because he has discipline, which allows me to re-roll tests. And the Federation right now, their objective is really just to scan stuff. So I want to scan stuff at the best possible. Now, if we go to war and we go to Red Alert, then I'll move my security chief on over into the tactical station. But for now, since he's not there in the tactical station, or actually, I'll just put my daring first officer into tactical because he has discipline. And I'll put my engineer on the helm. Yeah. Okay, so if you want to see what I did there, the scenario originally had the engineer in the instruments panel, the security officer in tactical, and the first officer on the helm. It's better to put the engineer on the helm and the first officer in tactical. These two can swap each other because they both have discipline, which allows re-rolls for instruments and re-rolls for firing. I don't know why they would put the engineer there. Probably just to show off a mechanic that you need to move people to make them the best. Okay, so far during this turn, I've only moved Cisco. He said go to warp speed. We entered the system from outside in deep space into the system. Now I'm going to scan the objective, and I'm scanning the objective here with the Vigilant Security Chief. So flip him over. It says that I can re-roll 2 dice. And I do have discipline 1, so I add 1 black dice, I believe. And it uses command. See, I'm not totally understanding. Oh, that's the mission action. You have to read a specific action from the mission. Mission action, threat analysis. Ship only. Must be at sensors range. We are. Yeah, command stat. So the command stat tells me that I take the 3. So that's 3. And then I can re-roll instruments. And then if I have discipline, then oh, actually, no, that's something different. I don't think I roll any black die. Let's read what discipline 1 actually is.
Okay.
And I'm wondering if this is in the starter rule book or if we have to go into the actual living rules. Can you pull up the living rules?
Where's it at? Oh, jeez.
Did you get it?
Yeah, I got it.
Because I've been talking about discipline, and actually, I don't think it applies the way I think it does. So right now we're looking up discipline 1 to see how this guy helps when he scans something. What is it?
That's not the rule.
That's not the rules?
That just goes to that stupid website.
The website they didn't update?
Pre-order now.
Get out of here.
Resources.
All right,
Hold
so
on. Let me see. Resources.
Resources, yeah.
Edition.
Online. Oh, it is whizkids.com into the unknown or scan the QR code to access the latest version of the living rules.
Roster
I did.
sheet.
We did
Okay,
scan
maybe
it. Here, I'm going to scan
additional rules. Additional rules. What's additional rules? This document teaches additional rules needed to play the game. Okay, get this. So this document teaches additional rules needed to play the game. So you didn't give us the fucking rules in the beginning? What the hell?
Additional rules. We have the rules right here. So additional rules. Where did you find that? Because it just took me to the website that hasn't been updated in a long time. Resources?
Yeah, go to resources.
Okay. Oh, additional rules. Why not just put
I know, that's what I'm
the
saying.
rules? Or which button do I press?
I don't know.
Download document.
document.
This document
campaign
contains additional
guide.
rules, campaign guides, roster sheets.
Print your mission after action.
Okay, you could just
FAQs.
go additional rule document only.
Yeah.
Is there game setup? I hate not having a full rule book.
Definitions and keywords. 96.
Holy shit, there is so much
Yeah, that's a lot.
more.
What are we looking for?
Keywords.
Discipline.
Discipline 1.
Definitions, destroy, detonation, dice effects, directives. Disabled, disband, dry dock. E, end of game.
What? They're not on here.
It's not on here.
Where's discipline?
I know, that's what I'm saying. Oh my gosh.
You're joking.
All right, here we go. That's right above it. Right above it.
Right
I think.
above it?
I think. Let me see. Lethal, precise. Detonation. Ambient. Officer, challenge, argument, inspire, medic.
See, discipline 1, skirmish 1, mechanics 1, navigation 1. Ideally, a first officer's job is to maintain discipline and morale while keeping their captain out of danger. However, few captains can resist the call to take on some missions personally.
Relentless.
That's just flavor text.
Key, blast, lethal, pierce, pulse, unstable, restricted, capacity.
Bro,
I
where-
don't see it. It's not in the keywords.
What the hell?
It says, because it says,
Okay, maybe
keywords, officer keywords, augmented,
Right,
challenging,
this guy's
glib,
an officer, right?
handy, inspiring, medic, perceptive, Qpla, what, relentless.
These are the only two rule books that we get: a campaign rule book, and then a game overview
Maybe
rule book.
that's just a flavor.
Here, let me try Googling this. It's not going to come out. Into the unknown. All right. In Star Trek Into the Unknown, tactical board game by WizKids, discipline is a crew stat that adds a black dice to a ship's dice pool for certain skill checks. Okay, so the 1 is the number that you add, so, and then adding a black die to certain rolls, discipline enhances a ship's capability. So I think I add 1 black dice if it has to do with discipline. Skirmish 1, mechanics 1, navigation 1. Oh, you know what's interesting is I don't think discipline 1 actually means anything, Jay. You know what I mean?
Other than add 1 dice?
Yes. Maybe it's there for the future if there's keywords, because if you turn the card over, it just has the symbol 1. Yeah. That's what it is. And if we
Well,
go,
this has diplomacy too, and it's the same symbol.
yeah. Right. So so diplomacy means nothing, but the symbol 2, you'll get 2 black dice for anything that uses that symbol.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But as far as I can tell, when I'm doing a sensor lock on my ship, I don't see, you know how Impulse has those hexagon things? I don't see, do you see on sensors or comms? A sensor lock, he can get a black dice, but we're not locking on a unit.
Yeah.
So I don't think I get to add any dice unless that mission specific action, which is, you know, what was it? Analysis, just for this particular campaign mission, threat analysis, says I can do no. Increase the difficulty by 1 if there's an opposing ship within sensor range. Increase the difficulty by 1 if the flag does not match my faction color. It does match my faction color. Okay, so I'm not adding any fucking dice. It was all that just to figure out that I don't add dice.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sensor locking that to see what you have been up to here, Jay. I got 2 successes, and the difficulty was 2, so I succeed.
Okay.
And I get a victory point. Remove the flag from the point. If it's your color, score 1 victory point.
Yeah.
Can you give me 1 victory point? It's this blue.
Yep.
Is that it?
Yeah. On the one side is 1,
Got
and
it.
then if you flip it over, it's 3.
So I scored 1 victory point. If the test was successful and the flag was your color, you may spend 1 breakthrough success to score an additional victory point. I did get 1 breakthrough.
Yeah.
So give me 1 more. So I got 2 victory points. Cool. I'm at 2 victory points. Your turn. Hi, Joe. Hope you're good. I like the miniatures. Are they pre-colored? Yes, Last Kryptonian. They are pre-painted miniatures. Here's some cool big ones back here. These are the big ships. Can't wait to play with those. But we're doing the learning game here, which is these ships here.
I should be 4 away from this one. Can you let me measure, or you want to measure?
What's that?
Say I should be. See if I'm 4 away from this one.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, about 4. It's kind of difficult to tell with that one. Yeah.
All right, I will censor that thing too. Then.
Okay, so the sensor action is a difficulty of 2. You're using your red stat. How many dice do you roll?
4.
Wow.
And 1 more. Yeah, thanks.
You need 2 successes. You got one of those.
What's that? Is that?
Yeah. You got one of those results, which I think is that influence thing, so that you pull the influence track closer to you. Let me check. The player spends it to move the influence marker 1 space towards the your track. Okay, so we'll move there. Okay,
And that's it.
Yeah.
All right, so I don't get.
No, you
Read
failed that action, and you committed the person to do that.
Yep.
Okay. All right, give me a second.
Oh, that's.
All right, give me 1 second. I gotta call Melissa real quick.
Alrighty. Put it on. We are taking a brief intermission. All right, let's see. So I believe under the sensors, there's one for locking and then one for scanning. Yeah, this game has a lot of nuance to it. A little bit too much for me, but I mean, it's got good bones. If you're really into Star Trek, I think this would probably be good for you. All right, let's see. Yeah, because this one's not just a kill 'em game. It's more of a scenario-based game. So you could technically win without even shooting at each other. But what's the fun in that, right? I guess once the bigger ships come in and you have smaller ships running around, you can have the bigger ships like doing stuff other than trying to attack, but have little ships attack. I don't know. But it's weird that this game is not as supported as, at launch than other games that come out new.
Okay.
So
You just scanned that and failed to scan.
Correct.
The priority goes back to me.
Correct.
If we look at my command console, I have 2 officers left to do stuff. And I've got tactical, so I guess I could start firing or whatever. And then I've got helm, which
Use impulse.
impulse or evasive maneuvers. How do I go like to yellow alert? Because I'm seeing a fucking Gem
call
Hadar
alert.
fighter.
Call alert. That first one under your.
Oh, that my guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so I already went to warp, so I don't think I can do that.
Yeah.
So helm impulse, so I can move if I wanted.
Yep.
I'll move.
You can move. Final attack. I don't know what final attack is.
Final attack? I don't have a final
You don't
attack.
have a
No, I got
what?
impulse, evasive.
Oh, evasive.
I got fire weapons. Evasive maneuvers, tested difficulty 2
Oh,
on.
this final attack is like ramming another.
Oh,
ship.
yeah. Navigation, remove a sensor lock. So I'm trying to remove a sensor lock. Okay, I will move at impulse speed. This guy has 2 tricorder and 1 phaser. So it doesn't cost me any energy to move at impulse speed. And I move up to my red. I can move up to 10 inches. And I can turn at 3. I don't want to turn. I just want to go and scan this one over here. I'm going to go 10 inches. Oh, we put this in the middle. And we go to 10. Is that 2 inches away?
Yeah, that's 2 inches.
It is. So I will be able to scan next turn. All right. That's it for that. So now I've committed 3 officers. It's your turn.
I will call alert.
Call alert. What does that do?
So adjust the alert by 1 or 2 if I'm a priority. But
How
I'm
do
not
you do
priority.
that? I want to do that too, and I don't see that anywhere.
It's the captain's chair.
Oh, yeah. Adjust alert by 1. So you're basically going battle ready or whatever.
Yeah. So I will go up 1. Oh, wrong way. That way.
And you haven't used your captain yet?
No.
Okay. So what's interesting is I've got this left. I feel like, can I fire at you?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I mean, if
Because I'm the Federation, and the Federation never fires first. I'm on calm. Ouch. After an opposing ship is disabled but not destroyed by your hostile act. Federation holds non-aggression as its core ideal. Starfleet officers are willing to risk their lives to uphold it. Hostility. After one of your units performs a hostile act, you score 2 negative points.
Ooh.
Then set this to hostile. So I can do it. I can fire you first.
Yeah, but you're gonna lose.
But I'm going to lose 2 victory points. And I have 2 victory points. So it's best for me not to fire. Where did I put my victory points?
Yeah, and then if you fire at me, I get to set my this directive to hostile.
Right. Okay. So it's not a good idea for me to fire at you because I would lose all the points that I gained.
Yeah.
So, however, I did move through this
Yeah,
anomaly. So, and that's the bad one. So
Number
I
1. What's
get,
number 1? Jaw, what's up?
What's up, Jaw? Mr. Sheep of War, at least it's not blue. Welcome to the Star Trek stream. This was wreckage field. If the unit is at 2 inches, it must choose to either gain 1 peril token or spend 2 reserve power to remove the thing. I will power to shields, reserve power. I've got 5 power. I'm going down to 3 power.
Okay.
So I refuse to take the peril token.
I'm going to pass. Right.
Yeah.
Because all I have is
Yeah. And I
is
will
my
also
tactician.
pass. So
and
you
can't
passed.
really do anything.
You passed, then I passed.
And then, so that's like the turn,
Nope.
right?
That's the phase.
Phase.
So that was the priority phase. Now we're moving into this phase, which is
Standby
phase. Standby phase consists of 2 steps. Ships activate. Each ship may be given a standby order, and then projectiles activate. Each torpedo must be given a standby order. So I guess that's when the torpedoes keep moving. Starting with the standby player who does not have that priority token. So you start this phase.
All right.
You can take turns by giving 1 standby order to one of their units.
Okay, what the
To
fuck?
give a standby order, perform these steps. Choose a unit that has not been given a standby order and a specific action available to that unit. Resolve the action as described. Each part of this phase ends when a player's units of that type have all taken 1 action, or each player has passed. I don't know what a standby action
Yeah, I don't either.
is. So we have the diamond, which is the finger, you know.
That's the priority.
That's
thing.
the priority one, but I think it's any action, and you can just do it later on in this phase. The standby, stations, directives, hostile acts, situation actions. Reactions. Some have reactions. Okay, no, I don't think that you have any, and then I don't think I have any, so you would just pass, and then I would pass, and then we would move the photon torpedoes, but there's no photon torpedoes to move, so we go into the next phase, which is called hazard phase. During the hazard phase, resolve hazard effects described by damage cards and mission rules. So nobody has damage cards, and we already did the anomalies. And then resolve special mission rules and hazard units. Okay, we move on. Ready phase. During the ready phase, players resolve 4 steps shown below in order. First, the priority player does all 4 steps. Then the standby player does all 4 steps. So first, I'll do it. Remove peril. Each ship must cancel a number of peril tokens by spending an equal number of advantage tokens, if able. So if you're gaining peril and advantage, you have to zero them out if you can. Then the player remove both tokens. Okay. Ready officers. Players ready up to 3 officers. So I'm going to ready that guy, and that guy. I don't like how the ready side is white.
Yeah.
I like the other side.
Yeah.
All right. And then relocate officers. The player relocates up to 3 officers, whether they're readied, committed, or incapacitated. So if I wanted to move people around...
So you can move them to like the medical bay if they were incapacitated to heal them up.
Yeah. Or, you know, gain advantages and stuff.
Yeah.
With other things. Okay. I don't think I need to move anybody. Resolve ready abilities. Resolve unit or officer abilities that have a ready phase ability. In the learning mission, each ship increases its reserve dial by the amount equal to its recharge value. Your recharge value, Jay, is in blue. So I gain one energy. What's your blue?
My blue is 0 because I went up.
You're in that. But you haven't spent a lot. I only have 4, and you have what?
4.
4. Okay. So we are good to go on that. The turn is over.
All right.
Hail phase. During the hail phase, fleets can negotiate with each other. Negotiation is not used in the learning mission, but the Dominion player can flip their directive card under certain circumstances during this phase. That's only if I fired at you, right? And then hand over priority. After both players have completed all phases, the player who had priority flips it and gives it to their opponent. So now you're orange. And the current round ends. Now we go to a new round.
Is there
I get it.
directive cards?
I think these are the directive cards. These are the directive cards.
Okay. I get it. So then, all right.
And remember, we go to round 3. And,
It's only 3 rounds?
oh, no, round 3 before the complication happens.
Mm. All right.
So round 2.
Round 2.
You go
So I'll
first.
flip these guys. I don't gain any of those.
Remember, you need to scan this. You're within 4. We already know you're within 4.
I'm going to swap these 2
Okay.
because I don't need to spend 2 power on impulse. So all right, let me move. I want to move him. Move him.
Impulse?
Yeah, impulse. I'm gonna do impulse.
Do you want to do any turning?
No. Where's 8? All right, I just moved 8. Is there a screen on there?
Yeah, I'll get it. You moved 8?
Yeah, and then I'm done. I go
All right.
down 1. 1 impulse. Or 1 energy.
Right, to move at impulse speed?
Yep.
Okay. I am going to commit my instruments officer to scan, do a sensor scan on my objective here. I'm rolling 3 dice, and I've got 2 rerolls. Give me 1 blue.
Yep.
With 2 rerolls, I failed. But I do move the influence marker 1 towards my side, which is still on your side.
Well, when's that come into play?
When the complication happens.
Okay.
If it's on my side, it's better for me.
Yeah.
If it's on your side, it's better for you.
All right. Who was that? That was her that did that.
Is this PvP only? Yeah, I think so, because you're going against 1 other player.
But then again, you can win this game without shooting at each other.
You could, I think.
Yeah.
No, well, we don't know. We don't know that because we don't know what happens in the complication phase.
Yeah, true.
You can win the overture by not. You can get as much you can out of the overture, as many points as you can in the overture phase without shooting.
I'm gonna censor this one. Attempt to censor that one anyway.
Okay. What is your red value?
It is 4.
4 on the star.
Yeah.
Okay. So and then your
1
green
blue
value right now,
My green value is
because you're at
2.
orange alert or you're at red. So
Give
you
me
get 2
1 blue.
rerolls.
Give me 1 blue.
1 blue.
Yeah. All right, 2 rerolls. I need that 2 rerolls.
Yeah.
There, I got 2
Hey,
successes.
you scored it. Yeah. So take off the orange token from the thing, and then you will score. I believe your scoring is different.
Yeah.
Let me check it. Oh, your score is not different. So if the test was successful, you remove the flag if it was your color. You can spend any breakthrough successes to score 1 additional. Otherwise, you just score 1.
Just
so
1.
take 1 victory point.
Yep.
Okay. So you've got 1 victory point. I've got 2 victory points.
Cool.
That's your action?
That's my action.
Okay. So what's interesting then to me is I just basically want to scan this, but
Yeah.
I've already scanned it once. Does that mean I'm done for that whole turn?
I guess. I guess you can scan it without. Could you still scan it without using the bonuses from him? You'd just be like a straight up roll.
Right.
Fuck, I don't know. Because it kind of seems that way, right?
It kind of seemed, if you look at the console, it's connected to just the instruments
Right.
panel, you know? It's like only this officer there can only do that, so I don't know. And the thing is not all that, I mean, the starter rules is not all that helpful.
No. Like, so you can only, because you can only ever move once. Then, well,
Oh, wait,
actually,
hold
could-
on.
could
So
move
this is
twice.
a mission action. Oh, instruments. Instruments must be at sensor range. Yeah, I think we can only do it once.
Cool.
Okay, well, in that case, I'm going to use Cisco to call alert. Going to adjust my alert level by 1 or up by 2 if I'm priority. I'm not priority. I don't know. Is this going up? What is up and down?
Yeah, you just go up. Or, yeah, you go up.
What's the starting?
Green. It'll be green with the alert line above it. And then you'll go to another green. That's your next alert. And then you'll go to orange and then to red.
I don't understand it. Can you do it for me?
Yeah. So you're okay. So you're at
I
green
just
alert.
spun it a lot. I don't know what I'm at.
now. You're right there for your next alert level.
So you went up already, one?
Yeah. That's your next alert level.
Okay, so my shields are going up.
Yeah.
My weapons power is going up. My
Yeah.
speed is going down.
Yeah.
My reserve energy replenishment is going down.
Right.
Okay, makes sense.
All right. So you're done?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll go. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm going to call alert, but I'm gonna go up 2 times
Because you're priority.
because I am priority. Correct. 1, 2. There we go. And I guess I'm done.
Right.
Okay.
Well, you just did one action. Now it comes to me. I'm going to pass because I need to get my guy to sensor scan again.
Yeah.
But you,
I'm gonna pass too.
you could still move because you got to
No,
try to get in
I
position.
can't.
Oh, because you already moved.
Because I impulse. I can't warp now,
Okay.
and I already scanned.
Yeah.
So I pass.
Okay.
I'm out of range. I'm out of range for it.
All right. So let's flip our cards because we know what this means already.
Yep.
And priority passes to me.
Gain your energy. If you,
I have no energy
Okay.
gain at green alert.
I do get 2 energy at
What?
red. Yeah.
At red alert, you start gaining energy?
Yep.
Oh, I need to keep going up then. Give me priority.
Yep,
Or the
I give
top-
to-
Okay. I'm gonna, if I go up by 1, if I go up another 2 levels, my rerolls on the sensors go down. So I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna sensor scan first. So sensor scan on this. Give me 1 blue dice.
Yep.
And I can re-roll 2 of these. I got a breakthrough success. And I do want to re-roll it because now the influence is on over to me. In fact, let's put that here. Okay, and I got a breakthrough success on that one.
So you get 2.
So I get 2. So that's 4 to 2.
Just flip one out. Yeah, there you go.
So I'm not sure how I feel about the fact that I scanned that, and because I rolled lucky, I get 2 victory points.
Yeah.
I scan this, and because I rolled lucky, I get 2 victory points. And Jay scanned that, and he was unlucky and only got 1 victory point. So I have 4 victory points to Jay's 1 victory point simply because I rolled better.
Right.
I don't know if I like that.
It's very RNG.
We'll see if that does affect things when we go into the complication.
Right.
So that is now complete. And I think that needs to be removed in order for it to go into complication or round 3. So it's your turn.
Okay. So I'm going to impulse and turn. I can turn 3. So no, that's not the wrong way.
Yeah, it goes towards the aft. You want to try to move the marker to the aft. Damn.
And then I can only go 7, but I'm not even gonna really try to go that far.
Yeah. You gotta stick it under that.
Should I hit the 1?
Wherever it is. And then you move the silver thing down. How many inches can you go?
I can go 7, but I'm only gonna go like 4.5.
Okay, and then put the, yeah, there you go. That's how it's done. It's just an interesting little movement thing.
Yeah.
Are you outside of range? I think you are.
Yeah, just barely. I'm just over 4.
Okay.
What is it to be? I gotta be within
6 inches?
of this one.
Oh, no. No, 2 inches of that.
2 inches of that one.
Yeah, you're fine.
No. Well, yeah, it's just over. Just good.
Okay, so now that I have scanned both things,
And I go down 1 power.
really the only thing I'm doing, I don't know what's coming next. If I've played this mission before, I would know what's coming next and I can prep for it. I'm not sure how I feel about that either, because that would affect the replayability of each mission.
Yeah, very much so.
I'm going to assume that I'm preparing for war against you.
Okay.
So I am going to use Captain Cisco to call alert and go up 2 levels. When you go up, it goes like that.
Yeah. Actually,
So-
push it up.
Yeah,
Twice.
so yeah, here we go. So 1, 2. Yeah, okay, I think that's the actual red alert symbol.
Yeah.
So now I'm at 3 shields, 4 weapon power, and I'm regenerating 2 power every turn. Okay, that makes sense. All right, now I'm red alert.
That was my helm that did that.
Red alert. We have a Jem'Hadar fighter in the sector. Jay, your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up on my call alert.
You can go up even further.
Yeah.
Aren't you already
I
in
think
max?
it's just 1 more. Yeah, just 1 more.
Okay.
On my double red alert. All right.
Okay. So now we go in, well, we can keep going.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose my. So see, okay, I have 4 victory points, so I could start firing at you first. I could violate the Federation's terms of non-aggression if I'm a loose cannon captain.
Yeah.
And I would go down to 2 victory points to your 1.
Pull a Captain Pike.
Pull a Captain Pike. I'm thinking about it. Yeah. That way Angry Joe would do.
Yeah.
Angry Joe Captain would pull apart. Okay, well first I'm gonna set it up. So I'm gonna move at
yeah.
impulse speed to try to, shoot your rear. Maybe your rear's weaker. I don't fucking know.
Well, also, it is weaker because of the shields are. But
Mhm.
look at your ranges too. Make sure you're gonna be within range.
Oh right. I gotta get close.
Yeah, because I'm only 6. Mine's 6 inches.
Yeah,
So,
phaser emitters are 6 inches. Phaser cannons are 4 inches. Torpedoes or whatever. So basically, I can maybe try locking on you and seeing how that works. Okay.
But you got to use the sensor person or instruments person
to lock, yeah.
lock.
And I
You've
already
used
used that guy. All right, we're gonna go impulse speed and use. So I don't need to spend anything because this guy has both of those stats, and it doesn't require any power. And I can move. I can go 2 clicks over. 1, 2. And then I can go 6 inches. Yeah. When I'm at red alert, I can go 6 inches. So, what the part that I don't understand is, do you put it
I think you just go from
on
the
the
first
middle
line.
like that?
Yeah, the first line to.
But you know what I mean? You
Yeah,
don't start
yeah.
it here. You
would
start
think,
it here
You would think there's
because that line. I'm gonna double check.
No, that you should start it there. At the beginning of it, I think, because
Well,
the full color is that 1 inch. That full color is that 1 inch.
Yeah. Okay. So it actually doesn't matter. What you can do is if you start. So just start it at 1 and then just go from there.
Yeah.
So if I can go 6 inches, and I turn that much, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I slide that down to 6. And then put my thing there.
Yep.
Very, very unique. Kind of odd, but unique. And so what I'm doing is I'm making it more difficult, I guess, for you to scan that as well.
All right, I'll pass.
To fire at you, 6 inches. I'm outside of firing range. I could fire a torpedo, but that would be a hostile act, and I would lose 2 victory points. And I don't even have a sensor lock. I believe you'd be able to dodge the torpedo pretty easily without sensor lock, so
Yeah.
I will pass as well. Okay, let's go and refresh our people. Refreshing and giving the priority to you. And it is turn 3. Now let's see if that triggers the complication.
Okay.
The end of round 3. So we can go one more full round here.
Cool.
Or when all of the things have been removed, which if you can scan this one, you can get it. Potentially
I have to move first, though.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get a little closer.
So I'm gonna move 1, 2, 3.
And you have a choice of putting it on that side or
Yeah.
that side. You might want to put it on that side. You see what I meant? See
Yeah.
here. You see what I meant?
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Okay. A second. See what I meant. So you're putting it here. I would put it here, right? Because now you just have to go 1 inch.
Yeah.
So 1, 2. You know what?
Mm-hmm.
I'm so good. I don't know.
You're good.
I don't understand this. Hold on. Let me look.
Actually,
Okay, yeah. See, the blue is 1 inch. So you would start from the very tip of it.
what's
Do you know what I mean?
yeah? What's
It's hard for me to
crazy,
describe.
What's crazy is if I can move 3, why didn't they have this like extended out more so this doesn't mess with the base? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Oh, I know why they put these ticks in here. That's when you're just doing the standard movement.
Right.
You put the
Right.
Well, no, you don't actually put the tick there. You just put the end there.
Well, maybe there's some ships that move 0.5. I don't know.
Maybe there's ships that move 0.5. I don't know.
But I can.
But if you put it at 1, then you've already gone 1 inch, and you would have to go down to 6, and that would be 6 inches.
All right, I moved right there.
Did you do it right?
Yeah.
I trust you. All right, anomaly.
What is it? It's number 2. What's number 2?
Is number 2 good or bad?
I don't know.
Number 2 is bad. If it's
Cool.
2 inches, it must choose to either gain 1 peril token or spend 2 energy reserve. And perils, I think, allow me to re-roll one of your dices.
Oh.
So wreckage field. You ran
1.
into a wreckage field.
So I was at 5. I go down 1 for that movement, for the impulse movement, and then I'll go down 2 more. So I'm at 2 now.
2 energy reserve.
Yep.
Okay.
And your go.
Okay, my go is I do think let's try to obtain a lock on you. We're going to try a sensors lock.
Mm-hmm.
So if we go to my card game, sensors lock requires phaser and 1 energy. So I'm going to spend 1 energy. And I need to have a phaser, otherwise I have to spend 2 energy. This guy does have a phaser. And then to lock a unit at sensor's range, sensor range is... Oh, now I get it. So normal sensor range all around the ship is 2 inches. In the front of the ship, it's 4 inches plus the green value, 1 inch. So it's 5 inches sensor range here and only 2 inches sensor range there.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't believe that I can lock on to you because I'm... Oops. So sensor range would be 5 inches in front at red alert and 2 inches to the side at all times. So I'm outside of sensor range. So instead, let's try to move towards you. So let's use the helm impulse speed. Don't need to use any power. And look, we're just going to get closer to you. And then at red alert, I can do 2 pips. 1, 2. And then we use this, and I can go up to 6 inches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I can't land on top of you. I'll just go 2 inches right there. Okay. It's interesting. And your turn. Getting closer.
I'm gonna pew pew you.
You're starting the hostilities.
Yes.
Okay. So you're firing phasers.
Yeah. I'm firing 2 phasers.
Okay, just to do, remember you can boost stuff. What's your phaser at right now?
5.
So you can spend up to 5 of your energies. Remember, you need to spend energy in order to fire. How many energy does your ship have? 2?
It has 2.
So spend 2 to fire 2 phasers.
Yep.
Okay, spend 2. Go down to 0 energy. Okay, and then does your guy have ordnance skill? Talak Talan has the relevant ordnance skill, right?
Yeah.
Level 2?
Yep.
So add 2 black dice.
Yep. And then what was it? Relentless 1?
Relentless 1 is re-roll 1 die after you roll.
Okay.
It says page 12 for Relentless. Does that mean all the keywords are on page 12?
Are they?
Inspiring and Relentless. Learning mission rules. These only teaches the essential rules. Federation, Complication, PC. Ignore abilities on components. These concepts are... Okay, yeah, Relentless 1. This officer leads in it. While this officer leads an attack or security skill category test, you can re-roll up to X dice. For each dice re-rolled this way that results in a breakthrough success, the officer's unit sustains 1 health damage during the post-effect step. So if you roll a breakthrough result, which is good, you're hurting yourself by 1.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, go ahead and fire.
All right.
Phasers. A blank. A success, another success, a breakthrough success. He has Relentless 1, so you can re-roll 1 die.
No.
It's still a blank. Do you have any peril on you? No, because you lowered your energy. If you had peril on you, then I would be able to force you to re-roll some stuff.
What about the
You
the
don't
plus?
have any phased. You don't have any that other symbol.
Yeah, I do. This one?
Yeah, there's no symbol there.
I have this though.
Oh, you have an advantage.
Yeah.
Let's see what how advantage helps. Spend 1 or more discovery results. Spend 1 or more of the unit's advantage tokens. For each advantage spent, re-roll 1 dice and remove the token. So all that does is allow you to re-roll a dice. Do you want to re-roll a dice? Or do you want to keep that for later?
I'll re-roll.
Okay, spend it again and then re-roll that dice. And the game does say you can re-roll dice as many times as you can afford to spend re-rolls.
There we go.
Damn, 4 fucking hits, with 1 of them being a breakthrough. All right, let's remember, how do we resolve these? Well, you don't have the piercing because you needed that, circle result.
First attack gets Ordnance 2. What's...
Yeah, that's what the Ordnance 2 is. That's the re-rolls. Re-rolls, Ordnance 2.
Ordnance 2 is re-rolls?
Ordnance 2, I'm sorry. Ordnance 2 is adding the black dice.
The black dice,
You added 2 black dice. Okay, let's see. Do I roll a defense, and then how does that armor thing factor in? So resolve damage, determine outcome. If the attack hits, the defender... If the total number of successes... Okay, opponent's result modifies dice. Reroll or change results if you have any peril tokens. Nope. Resolve damage. If the pool exceeds or equals the target evasion stat, and my evasion stat is 2, so 4 exceeds 2.
Yep.
The attack hits. Otherwise, the attack misses. Okay, resolve damage. If the attack hits, the defender sustains damage equal to the total success results and breakthrough success results in the icon pool. So that's 4. The defender must spend reserve to cancel damage with their shields and may resolve other effects. So it's not just free. I have to spend shield power, reserve power to cancel results with my shield. So I have 3 reserve power. I'm going to spend all 3 of my reserve power to reduce that by 3. You still have 1. The defender reduces their relevant dial or track and suffers the effects of any icons revealed. See damage on page 32. Spend breakthrough success results equal to the defender's resilience stats. Oh, that's when the resilience stat comes into effect, breakthrough, to force the defender to draw and resolve an additional damage card. So let's say you had 4 breakthroughs, Jay, because this says 4, then you would give me an additional damage card. That's what the breakthroughs and the armor is. Otherwise, you did 1 damage to me, so I go 1 damage. And I have to draw a critical damage because I have to draw a critical effect. The ship draws a damage card and applies that card's effects. See damage cards. Right. So where's my deck of damage cards? Right here. I'm going to shuffle them. Comms relay down. You knocked my comms relay down. This goes into the 4 of the ship, the 4 section. Orders cannot be given to stations without an officer. Okay, so it looks like you can give orders to stations without officers, but at this point I can't. So this goes into. All right. Go ahead and clear the dice.
Yeah.
All right, but now that you did that, we come in peace. Goes into effect after one of your units performs a hostile act. I didn't. After an opposing unit performs a hostile attack, you may set your directive to hostile.
Yeah.
So now, proportionate response. After an opposing ship is disabled but not destroyed by your hostile act, score 1 victory point. If a ship was disabled this way, score 2 this way. 2, or whatever that symbol is. What is yours then?
All right, so after one of your units performs a hostile act, I get 2 victory points.
Oh, shit.
And then my directive goes to hostile. And then it says, after opposing ship is destroyed by your hostile act, score 1 victory point. If the ship was destroyed this way, score 2 victory points instead.
It's like a different ship icon.
Yeah.
It's a bigger ship or something like that. Okay. That was your action.
Score 1 or more challenge officers.
Okay, so now I can fire back at you without losing 2 victory points.
So
can I go up on alert?
Score 1 victory point if 1 or more challenging officers, friendly and opposing, are incapacitated or lost. So even if my guys die, I get victory points.
Okay, question. Have you moved your ship yet?
Yes, I did. Impulse.
Okay, so I've got you stuck there. Okay, I've got you stuck there. So what I want to do is set up the shot. I can either call alert to go up a level, or I can do a sensor lock. I think a sensor lock is smarter for my torpedoes. Actually, you're at a range where maybe the torpedo just hits you automatically. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know, because I don't know, because like if you put that down, I would have done that torpedoes, but I thought like it's like gonna go fly past you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know.
Interesting. Yeah, you probably maybe there's
That's
a
why I didn't do
minimum
torpedo.
range on torpedoes.
Yeah, that's why I didn't do torpedoes.
I'll agree to minimum range on torpedoes. We'll look at the rules.
Yeah.
I guess then I don't really need a sensor lock. So you fired, you moved. What can you do? You can raise your thing.
I can.
And then you can instruments. You can get more victory points by scanning.
Yeah.
Or you can lock on me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna raise my alert level. You're the priority, right? So I can only go up by one.
Yeah.
So I'm up by one. Can I go one more? No. So I'm at the highest alert level. Okay. Red alert phase 2. It does have two little stars, two pips on it.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'm going to try to censor this.
Okay.
So sensors.
Now I am within one of the objectives, so that difficulty goes up by one.
Mm-hmm.
So now you'll need 3 successes. And if you look at your command score at red alert, what is your, or I guess it's not affected by red alert.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I don't get an extra one.
Oh, your rerolls go down, I think.
Yeah, 0.
No rerolls. What's your red on that side of the ship?
4.
So you get 4 dice, no rerolls.
Give me 1.
And you need to get
3.
3.
Yeah. There's 2.
So nothing?
Nope.
This is not working. Okay, failed that. Fuck it. Let's sensor lock you.
Okay.
Oh wait, you could raise alert. I don't want you to raise alert yet. I'm gonna fire weapons first.
It doesn't matter.
You're at maximum alert?
Yeah.
All right, thank you for being honest. I'll sensor lock you first, then fire at you.
Cool.
So sensor lock, this guy does have that associated skill, so he's adding 1 black dice to it. And sensor lock requires energy. Oh no, I'm at 0 energy, so I may not sensor lock. And I just realized I can't even fire at you because
no energy.
I have no energy. I used all my shields.
Yeah, for your shields, right?
Now, unless this requires no energy. Nope, it requires energy. I'm seeing a limitation with my ship, right?
Yeah,
you have to have energy. Now, you know how you can go up to that amount. I can go up to 5 shots, but I think you have to spend the energy for it, right?
Yeah.
Or wait, no.
I don't get that.
Maybe you get your 5.
Yeah, but
you
if
might
you
get that value.
I don't understand that.
You might get that value, and then you can spend reserve energy. Because remember, this is reserve energy, not actual energy. Let me double check. When it does so, a ship can spend weapons power and reserve power to perform 1 or more attacks. So, no, that makes sense, because that would make ships too restrictive. So you can use reserve power to boost an attack. So I have no reserve power, so I can't boost an attack, but I could still spend the weapons power that my red alert allows me, and that's 5 weapons power. So we'll go.
Well, then,
Yeah.
I would have done the same thing. Because I only shot twice.
Yeah, I remember you only shot twice because you only had 2 blue energy.
Right.
But what you really had was, what was your
5.
level
It's
at?
at 5.
I think at the time it was at 4, right?
No, it's at 5. I've been at the highest for
For a long time.
a while. Yeah.
So what you could have done is gone and spent a total of 7 energy. But there is a limitation to that. The limitation is that level, 5. So you... But then why would you ever spend reserve? You know what I mean? If it gives you the maximum...
Yeah, I'm not understanding it.
I'm not understanding it either. Let me go back.
So you use that first instead of the energy.
It says, a ship can use its weapons to attack other units by taking the fire weapons action in the tactical station.
Right.
When it does so, a ship can spend weapon power, which is that
Okay.
orange symbol, and reserve. Maybe it means weapon and reserve. You have to, I don't know, to perform 1 or more attacks. All right, here we go. Determine dice. Gather a number of dice by following these steps in order. Spend power. Spend any combination of your weapon power and reserve to determine weapon dice. Each yellow spent is unavailable for the rest of the action. Total blue spent during this action cannot exceed the printed yellow stat. Oh, I get it. So it is how we thought. Let's say you have 5 and then 2.
Yeah.
So that's total 7.
Right.
But your red alert gives you 5. Let's say you were at green alert and you were at, and that would allow you to spend your blue up over, no, because the limiting factor would still be the 5.
Yeah.
Or whatever it's set at. Okay. I think what that's doing is allowing you to use reserve power to fire multiple weapons. So look here. I have phaser emitters that require 1 to 3.
Right.
And then another one 1 to 4. And then my torpedoes 1. So let's say I fire everything.
Yeah.
That's 8 total. Well, I only have 5. So I could spend 5 plus 3 reserve power, because as long as it's under 5, right?
Yeah. Right.
So as long as so I could do all 8 in one go.
Okay.
So technically, the Defiant can do 10 in one go. But I don't need 10 because I don't have enough weapons for 10.
You owe me $5, so I walked back to my
So,
house.
going back to what we said with you, you only spent 2. So get your 2 blue power back because you didn't even need to spend the reserve power. Instead, you're spending 5 instead of 2. But if you look at your phaser bank, it only goes up to 3. So you're really only getting 1 extra dice.
1 extra dice, but then I could shoot the torpedoes. But we don't know if that's too close. If it's too close.
But I think you actually already did that. So remember, there's also a restriction on the arcs. So let me thank Wonton Sushi for Tier 2,
Wonton.
96 months. Holy Jesus. Wonton Sushi. Do you love sushi, Wonton? And do you love wonton? Because I must know. If with a name like that, you must like sushi and wontons. But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you did it right. Because you only fired, you get 1 blue dice per either weapon power or reserve spent.
Right.
You rolled 2, but you get your power back. That's
Yeah.
what we did wrong. Because look at me. I can't even put 2 in my front arc. I can only put 1 in my front arc, 1 in my rear arc, and 1 all around. Okay, so I couldn't put 2. But 1 is all around, 1 is in rear, and 1 is in front. Yours is 2 is in front, 1 in back.
Yeah. Again, let's see. The only thing I would say was the torpedo tubes.
You want me to look up torpedo
Yeah,
tubes
if
to
there's
see if you could have
minimum,
fired them?
Yeah, if there's a minimum, which probably, I mean,
I feel like thematically it would be. It could go either way thematically.
yeah,
You can't fire it because it would blow back on you.
yeah.
But you could fire it and get a free hit.
I do love me some sushi.
Place the projectile in the play area with its aft point against the notch at the end of the turning tool stem. The projectile cannot overlap or be overlapped by another unit or a feature. So yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
You have to have the room to fire it,
Yep.
and then it flies. And if it hits after it flies, because remember, it doesn't fly until the standby phase, which
Right.
is technically the next phase.
No, I think we're good then. I
Then
just
we're
get
good.
my power back and we're good.
All right, well, then I will fire. I can go up to 5 weapon energy on you.
Yep.
But I can only spend 2 of them because I can do 1 attack in the front arc, 1 attack in all arcs
Yeah.
with my phase emitters. So that leaves me with 3 energy left. I could fire proton, but we already determined we're too close.
Yep.
So, but I have something called phaser cannon batteries.
Mm-hmm.
There's 1 to this side and 1 to this side. So we get 1 more. We'll fire the phaser cannon battery. But that's going to be separate because this says pulse 2, and that might need to be done separately.
Yep.
So here's the phaser emitters. And this guy does not have any ordnance. I put the wrong person in here. He does have skirmish 1.
Yeah, what's that? I have skirmish 2.
Yeah, but if you flip the card over, it's just, I think you just add it. You know, I'm just going to add 1 dice. Because remember, the words don't matter in this particular thing. So it's
Well, then I would have added 2 dice.
you've been adding 2 black dice.
No.
You added 2 black dice before.
I have ordnance 2 and skirmish 2.
No. Flip the card over.
Yeah, I have ordnance 2 and skirmish 2.
Flip the card over. What's the value? It says 2.
Then what's, okay, so what's skirmish 2?
We don't know. We don't know what skirmish, mechanics, navigation, discipline. That, I think, is an advanced thing. The only thing you're really looking at is how much you have on this side.
So you're telling me ordnance and skirmish 2, ordnance 2 and skirmish 2 is the same thing. That's what you're saying.
And if yes, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Because
Then why wouldn't they just
it's
have
not the same
one,
thing.
one
You're
word
using
for
2
it?
dice. You're using 2 dice. You've used 2 dice all game when you fire first.
Yeah.
So you're getting the full benefit. So what was the
No.
other thing? Skirmish 1?
Skirmish 2 and ordnance 2.
Right. So
You're
they're
saying
the same thing.
You're saying they're the same thing.
I'm saying
then
they're the same
why
thing.
would they have 2 different
I agree.
labels for them, you know?
It's because it's in the expansion rules. We tried to look it up.
I'm just curious. I really don't care.
You
I'm
do.
just
You
curi-
do. We
I'm
do.
curious. I'm
we
curious.
both care.
Yeah.
We both care because when
not
you're
really,
making
not really.
when you're making a game, you have and you put skirmish 2 and ordnance 2 in
And
the
then don't
rules
explain them.
and don't explain them. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
They have to be in the core rule book. They're not. And we just downloaded the advanced rule book,
And they're not in there.
and they're not in there. Do you want to double check to see if they're in the advanced rule book?
I'll look again.
But the starter mission that we're playing says only use those front values.
Yeah.
So here we go. Firing phasers. Holy fuck, Jay! I am gonna blow you up.
Okay. Please put me out of my misery.
Yeah, I got 2 double damage, and then 2 of these 2 of these other bits. Wait, we're gonna say that's right. I didn't want to roll that one because that's a
something
different thing.
Yeah. Unstable. Relentless. During a modified step, you may re-roll a number of dice up to X for pulse X.
Pulse X. But do you see? Does it only apply to a single attack?
Yeah.
Because now I can say, well, that only applies when you fire that
During the
weapon only.
modified dice step, you may re-roll a number of dice up to X.
Yeah, but do I combine all my dice together for all my attacks?
No, well, no, because it doesn't have that keyword for the other attacks. It only has that keyword for the cannons.
Yeah, but that could be taken care of if you're combining all the weapons and firing them at once. Then you look to see if any of the any keywords fire off in a combined weapon attack. It could be done either way, conceptually. But in the rules, do you have to roll the attack separate?
I would think so. It's 2 different weapons, right?
Yeah.
It's not like firing 3 bolters
why
and
would
1
it be-
laser cannon, you know?
Okay, but let me ask you this.
You don't combine them.
Why would it ever be... Why would I have pulse 2 if all the time I'm just rolling 1 dice?
You're shooting both of those? Maybe you're shooting both of those?
But the arcs are one that side and one that side.
Let me see the arc. Because couldn't you shoot them both like straight ahead? Yeah, you could shoot them both straight ahead. Like if they yeah. The arc is from here to here, so it's like a 90-degree
One
arc.
arc is that side. The other arc is that side.
Right. So if you shoot them both straight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, because you're technically only in this arc,
Right.
I can only get 1,
Right.
and we'll roll that. Fuck it, we're gonna roll that attack right now separately. Okay, so pulse, whatever.
Yeah.
I can re-roll nothing. So the pulse 1 did nothing. Pulse cannon did nothing, but the phasers hit with that.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see how much damage this does. I can spend analysis results to do weapon abilities. There's no weapon abilities on my phase emitter.
Okay.
So does that get... I think that gets lost. Those results get lost. This result gets lost.
Okay.
But what's... yeah, okay. So 4 damage, and what was your evasion?
The evasion is 2.
Okay, so I beat your 2 with
Mhm.
4. Now, what's your shields on your front arc?
4.
In purple. So you can spend up to 4 energy in your reserve to reduce my value up to 4 times.
All right.
So how much energy do you have in reserve?
2.
So you can only delete 1 of these, and you're down to no energy.
Mhm.
And now 2 damage to you.
Okay.
So if you would roll, or if you'll go down on the track by 2 and tell me, do you pass any target things?
I got 1 target thing.
Okay, draw a card from your deck and show it on the green screen.
All right. We've got guidance system shot.
Guidance system shot. What's it saying?
Let's see. It is after this ship makes a warp maneuver, an opponent may rotate it up to 1 notch forward around the turning tool.
It gives you a bonus? The fuck are you talking about, Jay?
No, you get to like
Oh shit!
turn my ship. Yeah, turn
Fuck
my
with your
ship.
ship. Okay. All right.
Re-engage
And does it say
safety
foe or fore or aft?
4.
Okay, so put it in the top of your card somewhere, and then aft is at the bottom of your card somewhere.
And then I can fix it by 2 successes with mechanics,
Mhm.
And then if I succeed, I discard this. If I fail it, I get one of the
Oh,
disadvantage.
get it. Oh, Jay, I'm seeing what 4 aft finally means. You see right here? 4 is all of these positions. Aft is all of these positions. So you have to put it in one of those positions. So, for example, my comms relay down says 4. I have to put it in that, or that. I'm going to put it in the blue one since there's nothing in blue. Orders cannot be given to this station without an officer.
It's got to be in helm.
Okay. All right. That's it for my firing. So I'm going to commit my officer who just fired. This guy just fired. That means everybody on my ship has gone. It's your turn. Do you pass? Or you've got other things to do?
I can. I'm going to adjust my alert by 1. I'm going to go back down 1.
You're going down 1. Okay.
So I can gain. It doesn't. It doesn't.
Doing something in our football league.
Is there somebody?
Yeah.
Alex barely beat me by like 3
Substitution.
points, and I had the points on a freaking bench. That shit pissed me off.
Damn, that was close.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was it? Which player fucked you?
Mr. Hunter.
Hunter?
Yeah.
I
He
don't
got
know
like
Hunter.
3 points. The Travis was it Travis Hunter? The wide
Wide
receiver cornerback.
The cornerback, yeah. He didn't earn too many points.
Yeah.
Alex is tough to beat, but so are you. So it was a juggernaut match.
All right. So
You lowered your thing
Yeah.
by 1.
Yeah,
I
I'm done.
pass.
I'm done. I pass.
Okay, you pass. Now we go to standby. If there were any torpedoes, they would move.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Ready, 3. Now, notice, I went with all 3 people, so I still have one person who's still exhausted. So I can only choose 3. So I'm going to leave my
that's right.
sensors guy exhausted.
I keep on flipping them all over.
Yeah, no, it's only 3.
Only 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
So
gonna
by now you
do-
might have had one guy that
I'm gonna
didn't
do helm. Keep helm exhausted.
All right, but that is officially the end of the 3rd turn. We have reached the complication phase.
No, this is where it gets complicated.
Well, the game has already been vastly complicated.
Yeah. I got a headache already.
I'm handling it only because I love the grindy detail in the ships, and these are small ships, but I
Yeah.
think it works the same for the big
Just
ships.
imagine, how big.
I know
are
you're like,
these
just
cards?
imagine the big ships,
Are
but
these-
I think it's
let me
about
see,
the same.
Let me see the one of
those-
these cards for the big ships.
Yeah. Here's the Starship Enterprise.
All right, 9. Sorry, 9.
Okay, here's the complication. So first things first, we look to see who had the influence track. It's on my side. So go to the blue player complication. So we were kind of tug of warring on that back and forth. So if it was on your side, I would read yours. If it's on my side, I would read mine. Federation complication, rescue OP. Suddenly, each side begins receiving multiple distress signals. Several transports have become disabled among the area's hazards. Battles will have to wait as the Federation wants to secure the survivors, while the Dominion wants to secure the ship's logs and silence any witnesses to their military buildup. Complication. While this complication is revealed, make the following changes to the play area. Objective setup. Each player removes the solid objective token that is closest to their ship from the sector. Then the players remove any control markers from the remaining tokens so that a total of 2 objective tokens remain. So this one's closest to
Yep.
me, and that one's closest to you, so
Sure.
these 2 remain. These now represent disabled freighters. Leave any unidentified anomaly tokens in play. Well, we already revealed them all. Directive setup. Each player sets their combat directive to its calm side. So we go back to calm. Oh, all right. And then we break off, I guess, and try to rescue people while you break off to try to kill people. Though, you could just fire again and earn 2 victory
Yeah.
points. Mission action rules. With the emergence of... Which makes thematic sense, because obviously if I'm trying to rescue and you're trying to make sure that people die and get silenced, mission action. With the emergence of stranded neutral vessels, each side now seeks to control the narrative around this encounter by evacuating the survivors and then withdrawing from the area. Each player's combat directive describes how they will score victory points by avoiding open hostilities. Both players can score victory points by taking the action at the top of the page to secure the disabled vessel survivor and records. So, the mission action is now transporter evacuation, ships only. You must be in sensors range with of a control marker. You take a transporter difficulty of 3 against your ops stat. Mechanics will allow you to re-roll. Oh, that's what these things... Okay, so you remember when we're like, why are there special rules? Why are there keywords?
With no explanations.
It's because when you get a mission action, it'll tell you what specific keyword will allow you to do rerolls. So my engineer has mechanics. I'm sure your engineer probably has mechanics too, or whatever. And that will allow you to do the rerolls. So I guess you have to look for them on the mission actions. In any case, you can try to transport people. Success. Place your color of control marker on the objective token. Score 1 victory point. If you roll any breakthroughs, if you're within 4 inches, score 1 additional victory point. Hey, Frosty Jojo! Thank you, Frosty Jojo. If you score any analysis results, gain 1 advantage on your unit. If you fail, add 1 peril token to your unit for each point you failed by. Freighter integrity. During the hazard phase, if the total peril on the ships at 6 inches of a freighter is 3 or higher, remove all of the peril from those ships and remove that ship. So I think the freighter blows up. So too much peril and the freighter blows up. The game ends at the end of a round when any of the following happen. Each freighter has a control marker on it or has been removed from the sector. Either player's ship has been disabled or destroyed, or the end of round 6. Then each player totals their victory points and subtracts their negative victory points. And then I have to read stuff if you win or if I win. All right, it is... Whose turn is it? My turn?
Yeah, you got
I have priority? Okay, I'm going to try to win the game. So I'm going to play like a Federation player, and I'm going to break off. I'm going to ignore... what's your face?
Jim Hadar.
Lizard people.
Well, I have to, because remember, I went from hostile into that.
Yeah, that's
now,
right.
I can fire at you, but I would lose 2 victory points.
Yeah, do that.
No. So I'm going to go 1, 2, since I'm... Oh, no. I'm at an alert status where I can only go 1 turn. Oh, that sucks. Okay, and then I could go 5 forward. So, where's the 5? Right there?
Yeah.
Okay. And I can just barely make it past you.
Okay.
So, that was my movement with my helmsman.
I forgot that I gained 2 power.
Okay. Oh, I also forgot to gain 1 power. And, yeah, just leave it at 1. I think I've been forgetting that each time.
Yeah.
So I'm probably up to 2. Let's just say I'm up to 2.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot you.
Okay, go ahead and shoot me. What does your card say when you shoot somebody? Your directive card? Do you
I
gain
gain.
victory points?
2 victory points.
Just for shooting me, or do you
Yep.
have to actually do damage?
Nope, just for shooting you.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
A hostile act.
All right, gain 2 victory points. And because you shot me, my card goes to hostile
Yeah, I
as
go
well.
hostile too.
All right, so you're using your rear arc.
Yep.
And how many?
I just got 1.
1 in your rear arc.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and then, but it's your first time shooting, so you can add the 2 black dice
All right.
for ordnance. So flip the guy that's doing it.
Yep.
And roll.
And he gets 1 reroll for his relentless one.
Okay. Yeah. Ooh, a breakthrough and a analysis result. The analysis result.
Reroll. That was analysis. So 2 analysis and 1 breakthrough.
Okay, but your weapons, right, have that special thing of what? It's got the
Pierce
keyword.
1. Oh,
Pierce
yeah,
1.
Pierce 1.
So
Pierce
you
1.
need to roll an analysis to pierce, and you roll 2 analysis. So you still only get Pierce 1.
Yeah.
So the second analysis is discarded. So
Yep.
go ahead and discard the blue dice.
Okay.
Okay, so you did a pierce of 1. So my shield go down by 1. My rear shields is 3. So now my rear shields is 2. You just did 1, but 1 is lower than my evasion stat of 2.
Yep.
So I ignore that attack. That counts as a miss.
Even
Now I'm getting
the
it.
breakthrough? Even the breakthrough ones?
Yeah. The breakthrough is just something that I can't cancel.
Okay.
The double, if you rolled this double one, then you would have equaled.
There
and
is no
hit me
double
for-
on the...
on the black dice. There's
Black
no
die,
double.
yeah.
Yeah, the blue dice is the one.
Just
All right,
seems-
going to me. I've already moved.
Pierce just seems a little... Or the breakthrough just seems a little weak. That's all. If it's the 6, you would think, right?
Yeah, there's something else that the breakthrough does that triggers off it, but it's like other weapons and other keywords.
But that was more for just the victory points anyway. So.
Right. So you got what you wanted
Yep.
out of it.
Yep.
But now I could fire back. But I only have 2 phasers in my rear, one for the multi-arc and one for the rear.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hold on.
Alrighty. Let me see. Yeah, chat. I think I'm out on this game. I don't know. I think this is more for people who really, really like Star Wars, because some of the juice isn't worth the squeeze. How about that? It's too much for somebody that's kind of like a casual Star Wars fan. I don't know if I'd ever want to play this again. I think I'd rather play the attack wing. It's a little simpler and it gets to the point. You know, I don't have to go around doing scenario missions and stuff. So
Okay, I gotta wrap up quick. So
Yeah.
I gotta go. Okay, so I did the
I'm happy to
firing.
say you won.
You have anything I want? Okay, so let's simulate it, which would be moving this guy here, and then we'll move your guy here, because obviously you want to silence these people in the freighter.
Right.
I want to save these people in the freighter. You go first to see if you silence them.
And I'd have...
So, at sensor range,
Okay.
difficulty 3, go to your yellow stat on this side. What is the yellow on this side?
5.
So roll 5 dice.
Okay.
And do you have a guy in your instrument panel with mechanics?
No.
Me neither. So no re-rolls for either of us. Go ahead and roll 5 dice with
Give
a
me,
difficulty 3.
2 of those. Cool.
See if you can hit 3 and you'll kill these people on this freighter.
I got a bunch of those stupid circles, but
The circles actually do something.
Oh, really?
Add 1 advantage token to your unit. You just added 3 advantages?
yeah.
Okay, so put 3 advantages on you,
Okay.
but you failed.
Yeah.
You will add 1 peril to the freighter. So let's give me one of the peril ones, that black one. So this freighter is about to explode.
Yay. Well, that's what I want.
Yeah, that's
right?
weird.
Yeah.
But you still get victory points. You're transporting them off and imprisoning them for
Yeah.
the rest of their lives, or maybe killing them on your ship.
Wait,
Okay,
lizard people eat.
So you're
humans.
rolling 5. I'm only rolling 4. Okay, I'm doing a sensor scan. We're skipping ahead, because obviously we got to wrap up the game. But this is how it goes. Hell
got it.
yeah!
Yeah.
I got 1 advantage, and I managed to transport those people over. Now it says you need a breakthrough to get 1 additional point. I don't know if I like that because that's just RNG. Can you give me 1 point?
Yep.
Oh wait, no. I'll just flip this. Oh wait, no. That's so I'm at 4. I'm at 5 now.
Yeah.
But because I succeeded there, this goes away. I've transported those survivors from that to that. Now my goal is to try to get that. So we would go to the next phase. You would stay there. I would actually move closer, and we would try. I could either fire at you to try to blow you up to prevent you from doing this, but that would lose me because I'm still because you fired at me before, so
Yeah.
I could fire at you. Let me fire at you. 5 weapons power. I'm gonna position my ship where I can give you everything, which is 2 phasers. Give me 2 phasers, and give me 2 cannon batteries. Let's do the phasers first, and that's only 1 ordnance. I don't. What is ordnance on?
It's on the backside in the inside that.
See, I have skirmish 1. I don't know whether that actually adds my black dice. Because we need,
Yeah.
we know that ordnance adds the black dice
Yeah, I couldn't
because
find
the
the skirmish.
introductory rule says that it does. But let's just assume that it does.
Admiral Barco.
Admiral Borko, thank you.
How was Captain Picard able to find the Borg with a Q-tip? Nice.
How was Admiral Picard able to find a board with a Q-tip? With a Q-tip. Gotcha. Okay, only 2 hits.
Cool.
So that equals your evasion.
Yep.
Do you have any energy?
Yep. I have energy and I have the shields, 3 shields. So
All right. Bring your energy down by 1 because you're just going to ignore that hit. And so that was my phase emitters, and here are my phaser cannon batteries. Only 2. This has pulse 2, so I can re-roll up to 2 of these. That's a failure. Your evasion is 2.
Yep.
I only did 1 hit, so I straight up miss. Now you have 1 more chance to kill these people.
all right. So give me 5,
5.
and I need
5
3
dice.
successes.
3 successes. You got 3 successes. So you transport these people over and silence them. Jay, what are you going to do?
How many? Don't I get victory points for
Yes, you get 1 victory point. Did you roll a breakthrough? No, you didn't. It was just 1 victory point. So you have 6 victory points.
Yeah, and
And I only have 5 victory points. And that's because you got to fire at me twice to starting hostilities.
Yep.
That was 4
4
victory
victory
points.
points, yeah.
You did one of the regular listening posts,
Right.
and you just silenced those freighter
Right.
people. And
again,
yeah.
just like you said earlier,
So you win.
victory points on RNG. I don't like it.
I don't like the RNG. I thought there would be something there in the second phase that
Yeah.
would help with that RNG.
Yeah.
I never like games where victory point RNG in such a direct way.
Yeah.
Because I mean, technically, in board games, sometimes when you draw the right card,
yeah.
3 victory
Yeah.
points, that's RNG, but I don't know. There's something wrong about rolling dice for victory points.
Right.
I don't like that.
Right.
Okay. I like how deep the game is.
It is deep.
It is deep. This requires multiple playthroughs.
A lot of grind.
Yeah, it is grinding. It requires multiple playthroughs. And that was the introductory mission. So my suspicion, Jay, is that it's not quite, juicy or, what would you call it? Thematic.
Yeah.
And that you would have to go into the actual campaign guide and do some campaign games with the big ship. I think I liked it enough to where I'm willing to do one more game with the big ships. Mission 1, Beyond the Halls of the Prophets.
What's the play area for the big ships? Is it the same size?
No. There's, in fact, multiple sectors. So if you look here, there's deep space.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And then there's multiple sectors that you can jump in and out. You've got your big ship. You got your small ships. And you're, like, jumping back. So it's almost like a story, So I'm excited about that. But your first game is going to take you forever, 2-3 hours to learn it. And I still don't think it's fully clicked.
No.
I think for us, because we play these games all the time, I get the actions and I kind of understand. It's clicked for us.
The flow we kind of figured out, but it's
because
just like
we're
all
veterans
the little nuances is what we still need.
But if you want to be comfortable with it, one more game.
At least, yeah.
Yeah. But I like it enough where I'm willing to play one of the big campaign missions with the big ships in the future. But I can tell Jay doesn't like it as much as I do.
No.
You don't like it at all, Jay? I like it, man. And it's only because, like, the ships are so detailed, you can put the crew, and then the crew does different things.
It's just something. It's just something about it.
It feels more like a board game than a miniature.
You know what? It feels like a role-playing game.
Yeah.
Kind of,
Yeah.
Or a board game. Where
Probably
it's more,
why I like it.
More in depth.
You're doing some of the work
like,
in your imagination and in your head. And if you're just there for dry mechanics, then it's probably not going to please you.
Yeah, and you're 10 times more of a
Star
Trek fan.
That's what it is.
I mean, and that helps a lot.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, for instance, I'm super in love with Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Whereas you're kind of, it's okay,
And you like Star Wars a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe if this was Star Wars themed and stuff. But I can feel the Star Trek in it.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
for
I
sure.
can't fire at you.
Yeah, for sure.
You begin hostilities.
For sure. They did capture that correctly.
They did. And then there's hailing. We can hail each other in the larger games. But I just want to get to playing with these.
The big boys.
The big boys. And then this saucer section can come off. Look at how cool that is. That's so awesome. So, yeah. I'm unwilling to rate it yet. If I were, I actually like it. But you have to have somebody that likes Star Trek to play it with, and somebody who's willing to give the game a lot of chance. I don't think it's Jay's game, but then there's other things that you can run into in the bigger games. You got hostile raiders.
Maybe if we get the
entities.
Maybe
the Klingons.
I'd be more into it.
Into the expansions. Yeah. All right. Well, that's going to be it for this one. Thank y'all for hanging out with us. This was just a learning game. I didn't expect it to be too entertaining to watch, but thank y'all for those of you who came to hang out with us today. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow maybe for some video game streams. I know there's the Cowboys play. I'm going to be watching the Cowboys. I think they're at 3 and you're at 12.
I'm at 12, yeah.
Yeah, you're at 12 and I'm at 3. So I may or may not stream actually tomorrow. Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for watching that Star Trek Into the Unknown.
Peace.
I liked it. We're going to look at the expansions to it, maybe play at least one of the missions in the greater campaign.
I'll do one of the bigger missions with the big
Oh,
ship. So that's fine.
Sweet.
That's
All
fine.
right, we'll try that in the future.
Cool.
But until then, thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you on the next Angry Joe Show.
Later.
Bye, guys.